Welcome to the Christmas Summit Podcast, the official broadcast of Christmas Aficionado. Hallmark Christmas movies have gained immense popularity and become a tradition around the holiday season. These heartwarming films offer an escape into a world of enchantment, romance, and festive cheer. Hallmark Channel and Hallmark Movie Industries have produced original Christmas movies for years, captivating audiences with romantic stories and holiday settings of idyllic small towns adorned with twinkling lights, snow-covered streets, and the joyous spirit of Christmas. Since the late 1990s, Hallmark has aired nearly 500 plus Christmas movies. While individual preferences may vary, I decided to tackle what I believe are the top 100 Hallmark Christmas movies of all time. Before I release my official rankings, I plan on doing a series of live broadcasts with my fellow Hallmark podcasters and YouTube friends, asking them to suggest what they believe should be considered. So, with that being said, welcome everybody. And you'll notice that we have an empty slot. He's coming. He will be here. Dan from Deck the Hallmark will be here in a minute. But before we talk to Dan, let's introduce everybody. Up first is Casey from the YouTube channel and Instagram page, The Heart of Reviews. Casey, welcome back to Christmas Summit Podcast. If you were to pick your number one Hallmark Christmas movie of all time that would be on your list, what would it be?
That's quite a question to throw at me, Joe. I'm just going to go with Mrs. Miracle because it was the first one I ever watched. It's very near and dear to my heart.
Mrs. Miracle. Okay. Next is Daniela from the YouTube channel Hit or Miss Hallmark Reviews. Daniela, what is the one movie that should never be considered for the Hallmark 100?
Oh, Catch Me If You Claus.
Oh, out of all the 500 movies, that's the one?
Yes.
Wow. That came pretty fast too, Daniela. That was good. That came right to you.
Wow. I have a contentious relationship with that movie. It's not
because we have the actors coming up later in the episode. This is going to be weird, Joe. Luke, yeah.
Don't promise too many things like that because I don't think that's ever going to come to be. But anyways, and once again, we welcome everybody's least favorite cousin, according to their 40 million listeners of the Christmas Cousin podcast. Chad, your favorite Hallmark movies take place in log cabins in Vermont. However, what if there was a surfing-themed Hallmark Christmas movie? What would you prefer to watch?
Wow, that's a great question, Joe. Now, you know I do love my snowy cabins in Vermont, and I do love to go surfing. However, I don't want my Christmas wet with neoprene and everything else and waves smashing me. I want it in a log cabin with snow. I've got to go with Vermont. If maybe there's a little bit of an indoor wave pool that takes place for one scene, I'll go with that. But otherwise, I've got to keep the two separate. You know, I can't have the two interlock there. It'd be too weird, too confusing for me. So I've got to go with Vermont here.
And we already have a comment, Daniela. Respectively, hard disagree. Catch Me If You Claus was really fun.
Yes, I agree with Rena. Exactly. That was very fun.
Watch our review on it. I get into some nitpicky about it.
And John, he says, I don't see a difference in the cousins. Oh, John, there's a difference in the cousins. I've gotten to know these cousins, and believe me, there is a big difference. And Ben says, hi, John. Ben, welcome. Ben from PTV
hey, Ben.
Live joining us. So
I was awesome. We did another episode with Ben. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm always taking over here, but my co-host on my show, you know, he mumbles, so I'm used to jumping in and talking. But I just want to say hi to John and Ben too, and Rena. Hi, everybody.
All right, I'm messaging you, John.
You're messaging people right now, live on air. I'll vamp for you, Joe. Don't worry. So, Catch Me If You Claus. What is it that you hate about the entire cast and movie, Danielle? The rest of us, Casey, did you like it?
Look, I know I'm in the minority. I know John and I both didn't like it, but we know we were in the minority. I don't know. I just thought it was trying too hard, and I didn't resonate with any of the jokes. I didn't find it funny. I didn't like it.
Wow. Okay. I didn't finish it myself, so I don't know if I'm with you or not. Cousin Seth fan club already. I'm with you on that, Mark, for sure. Mark is he always makes comments on our YouTube on our YouTube shows, and his comments are always the best. We wait for him like every episode. So thank you, Mark, for doing that. And we share him in the group chat we have too. So thank you. And thank you for watching. Big Seth fan. Me too.
So I'm trying to messaging with Dan. He's trying to get on. So hopefully he will see Dan here in a few minutes. I don't want to get too far into the movies yet until he gets on, but let me go over the rules of what we're going to do today. So I asked each of my guests to recommend 5 Hallmark movies that they were considering underrated. Not necessarily the big movies that everyone loves, but movies that are good, that they think are good, and that should be on this list. I'm going to take all these considerations when I make my 100 top Hallmark videos, which I have no idea when's coming out, and it's probably going to take a long time to put together. And here he is. And there he is.
There he is.
Would you
Now
look
we
at
can't
that?
hear. There he is. Yep.
Oh, guys, thanks for having me.
Welcome, Dan. It was a fantastic episode. I'm sorry you missed it, but it was great.
You were
Joe, thank you.
especially wonderful. I was watching on the live stream, and you were crushing it.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad I
Thank
was
you.
able to make the tail end of it.
It was great. Thanks, everybody. And check out Joe on the YouTube channel. Oh, sorry, Joe.
This is my.
This feels
this
like
is
we've been
mine.
on here for that.
So,
Okay.
anyways, Dan, welcome. I already introduced Casey from Harder Reviews, Daniela from Hit or Miss Hallmark Reviews, and there's Chad. Anyways, and finally, let me do your introduction because I actually wrote it and I actually wanted to talk to you about something here. So
please.
finally, joining for the first time, the guy who despises Hallmark Christmas movies, yet watches them for a career, and the only sensible reviewer of the Star Wars movies from your Force Fridays, Dan.
You get it.
It had to be hard to working with those millennials telling you how awful the first Star Wars movie was.
I'm a geriatric millennial, technically, by the dates. But yeah, they were totally wrong.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
This is going on a Star Wars tangent.
No,
but you have to let
your show, man.
Yeah. I have to do
Joe
it.
always goes on Star Wars tangents every show.
Right. Yeah.
So, Dan, welcome. Are you prepared to hate Chad's picks? And will you be
I hate Chad in general.
and will you be watching the Star Wars Holiday Special as part of your Force Fridays?
For second part's easy, hard no. It wasn't released in theaters, and I'd rather gouge my eyes out. But the Chad thing, I try to give everybody my best. Like even Hallmark movies, when we started this thing in 2018, like I went in like, man, let's do this. This is a hidden gem, and I was wrong. So I'm prepared to hate picks, but I'm hopeful that I don't. But the Star Wars special, Joe, you and I both know it's fun for a laugh, but let's not act like it's anything more than that. But people have requested that we do it as a Mystery Science Theater thing. But it's not going to be on Force Fridays. It's not happening.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we did that,
recommend
actually,
it.
Joe. We did that.
Yeah, we
with
did that. We did that live back in guess what, September last year.
Yeah. If
Oh,
I
wow.
hadn't eaten all those mushrooms, it would have been interminable. I wouldn't have been able to do it. But Joe, thank you for sending those my way. It made it really interesting. So,
Yeah, the edibles I was promised never arrived, Joe. So that is weird.
I'm
they got to
sorry.
me in North Carolina. It was the
Well,
wrong
yeah.
Carolina he sent it to.
That's right. But
It's-
now I can tell people where to go if they want to hear a review on the holiday special, so I don't have to do it.
Yes,
so that's nice.
yes. Chad's commentary was beautiful. So
They say our show about it was as bad as the special itself, which is really high praise.
I praise.
True.
I praise. Yeah.
all right, we got to move on because we got a ton of stuff to talk about tonight. So I'm going to start over here real quick. I asked everybody here to provide 5 movies that they think are underrated and should be on the Hallmark 100. Everybody provided me those. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about each movie, go through it. Each person has, you can introduce the movie, tell who the actors are, the storyline, and then we're just going to talk about it. At the very end, after we look at all of the movies, we are going to vote. You get to save one movie and you get to say crown it. And you have to say crown it. Otherwise I won't count it. That movie automatically gets added to the list and I have to include it. We'll say yes or no. Majority rules. If you say yes, it'll put it on the list of okay, I have to consider some of these movies. If you say no, we'll just keep them off for now, and maybe somebody else will recommend it. But we'll go over that at the end. But we have a ton of movies to go through, and let's start taking a look at them. So,
Joe, we're doing 25 movies tonight?
Yeah, let's go, man.
Because I have to be at work tomorrow, so I don't know what the time frame here seems a little off. But
well, you knew this in advance.
yes, this is late for me. I'm a different time zone. Okay.
All right. So up first is Casey's first pick. Christmas with Holly. Casey?
Okay, I feel great about this one. It's a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie, which means that they actually tried and they had a budget. It's a beautiful film about an orphan child and her family, and it makes me sob every single time I watch it. Those are all my points.
What year was this one, Casey?
All you need.
2010, 2011, somewhere around there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a good movie. I like it. I know it does. It is a tearjerker a little bit. You know, it does have some goofy moments, but it is one that I do like. So,
Joe, you introduced this one to John and me. I think we watched it on your recommendation, and we loved it.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember this movie because we did a Hall of Fame like series, and people told us their favorite Hall of Fame movies, and this was on it. So like, yeah, you know, this is, you know, Hallmark movies aren't ever going to hide anything from you, but when you know something's coming and they still land the plane, like this girl who hasn't talked all movie, spoiler alert, she talks, like if you know, even though that, you know, that's happening, the terrible Hallmark movies make you wish you just stop. The fine ones, you know, give you something kind of to distract you, and the good ones still land that plane. And I think, you know, Sean Ferris is doing, you know, Marcus Rosner has been doing Sean Ferris since Sean Ferris stopped doing these movies, but Sean Ferris is doing his thing in this movie. And yeah, I remember that scene at the end. I remember them building a house and the brothers together. Mm-hmm. I don't remember being as fond of it as others, but if I was making a top 100, you'd feel like
it would be.
This would have to be included.
I think we reviewed this, and I think my only nitpicky with this one was it didn't feel Christmassy enough. I wasn't cozy. I wasn't cold. I didn't see a lot of Christmas trees or Santa Clauses. Like I don't remember all the details, but I think that was one of my nitpickies about this one.
Sure, it has a
Not
lot
the
of
cozy. Yeah. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Casey?
Thanksgiving moments. They like roast a turkey. And then at the very end we get Christmas, so it's a little different in that way.
I feel like they're on the sea.
I don't equate Thanksgiving with Christmas. It's very far away for us. Maybe that's why. But yeah.
I also feel like the woman in the movie is traveling back and forth from the mainland, and I feel like it's a real quick trip. Like I feel like she can just, you know, like she can just pop over. Like there's a boat running every 10 minutes. It's like, you know, when a new Avengers movie comes out, we'll just catch the next one. Like it's like one of those things. I feel like that I had a problem with, but by and large, I do have like, you know, positive.
Was there snow? I don't remember. Was there snow?
Oh, I don't know.
No,
there's the background of that picture.
There's a little bit at the end, but I think it was probably movie added. So
it's set in Seattle. You know, it counts.
I've never seen it. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
I know Whitney likes it.
Whitney likes it. I love Christmas with Holly.
Yeah, it's got all the feels. It's a good one. It's good.
I just watched
Daniela.
Christmas
Is it better than Catch Me If You Claus? Is it better than that, Daniela?
Oh, this is gonna be an ongoing
Wait a minute.
Thing.
Hold on.
You missed
I'm in
it.
the minority.
You missed it, Dan. I asked Daniela what's the one movie she would never include, and she
without
said,
hesitation.
Yeah,
Catch Me If You Claus.
You would never include it.
Never include it.
She hated it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even that straddle kiss in the truck there.
No. Just trying way too hard. Like I can see when I can see the decisions, when I can see through what the writer was trying to do and what the director's trying to do, it doesn't resonate with me. I don't like it.
But Daniela, he's Santa's son.
No. I don't even remember. See, it's so far removed from my mind. I don't even remember all those little details.
I bet you like the sequel better, which is coming out this year, I believe. So Santa's
I'll give it a
grandson.
try.
It's
I'll
gonna
give
be
it a
good.
try. And I mean,
It's
I'll
the
still
Catch
watch
Me
it.
If You clause, where there's a clause that
Exactly.
actually they go back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there should
Right.
be.
So Laura says, I just watched Christmas with Holly for the first time a few nights ago.
Oh, wow.
So
That's dedication,
great.
Laura.
Yeah.
This is a classic. This is
How
some
can
a
you
movie
to
people
not
go
tear
back
up
to.
when she starts to talk? I mean, spoiler alert, like Stan said, she talks at the end.
Yeah.
And when she
Yes.
does, I have a daughter. Believe me, it affects you. It really does. So, all right, we're
I'll
gonna
have to
move on
watch this just to feel something. Wow, I like it. Okay.
I mean, don't get your hopes too high, Chad. Keep
They're
your
never
mushrooms
in
handy.
these movies. Okay, yes.
All right. So up next is Dan's first choice. Deliver by Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah, somebody put their Casey just put her hand over her face. That's always a great sign. So yeah, if you need to know something about me as someone that's watched probably 1,000 of these movies, which is crazy to say out loud. I have a master's in education, but here I am watching 1,000 Hallmark movies. I think that the movies from 2020 to now are infinitely better than what came before it. From a movie making standpoint, I just think by and large they're better. And this seems to be one of the first iterations of what I would call new Hallmark. Technically, this happened in the COVID year. It's got two folks that aren't on the network too often. I think you pronounce it Ian Bailey, if I'm not mistaken, even though it says Yon Bailey. Ian Bailey, Alvina August in the leads, a little Kessler Talbot as the kid who's amazing in this movie. But this is like a you've got mail via text message, but they do get a few scenes together. Their chemistry is off the charts. It's an interracial couple, which is great. I'm in an interracial marriage. That meant a lot to me. This film delivers across the board. You see what I did there? It delivers across the board. The chemistry,
That was nice.
the chemistry is amazing. There are so many bad kid actors, guys. There's so many bad ones. This kid does a great job. The two leads should be in more movies. And Terry Ingram directs a lot of these movies. He's a pro.
Yes.
But this was very new, different, and good use of tech by Hallmark in 2020. Especially, they made it before COVID happened, but maybe they didn't. The fact that COVID was going on and these two are separated for most of the movie, it just gave you extra feels. I mean, in December or whenever this was of 2020, we're in the thick of it. Like we're missing that personal connection. And so to have this movie with these two dynamic leads do this so well and talk about a tear-jerking moment, this scene with the dad and his kid talking about his mom is a phenomenal scene. So I'm really high on this movie. I think it's a top 10 Hallmark movie of all time.
And have these actors been in anything since? I never see them.
I think Alvina August got a series. She may have been in Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Mm.
She's in
I'd
Tracker
love to-
for an episode.
Ian?
But no Hallmark after this.
Who's the lead actor?
Yeah,
Ian
I mean
Bailey?
Ian Bailey's Eion Bailey is his name. I don't think Alvina August. She did a movie called A Second Chance at Love. She was in So Help Me Todd. She was in Zoe's. But that's the other like TV movie of the week that she did, which is wild to me. Sometimes you'll see like these actors pop up and then you don't see them again. And you're just like, what happened here? How did this, So, and I don't know about Ian Bailey either.
Yeah, I
He's
haven't
busy doing
seen-
From. He's in From. He's in that TV series From now. That's why he's not doing
So I haven't watched this since it premiered in 2020. I remember liking it, but I don't remember loving it. But I back in the 2020 that year was a weird year for movies because some of them were really great, some of them
were acquired.
Yeah, but I don't remember have a bad feeling about this one. I think I have to rewatch it to say, oh yeah, definitely should be on the top. But I do remember listening to you guys talk about it, and you were all about this movie, and so I think I need to rewatch it. I think it probably got lost in the 1,000 other Christmas things I watch. So, but
fair.
I think it's I kind of remember liking it. So that's as much as I don't have much.
You asked for sleepers, and when I hear people talk about Hallmark movies, this is a movie that hardly ever gets mentioned.
That's true. That is true.
You know,
Yeah.
and I was on Screen Drafts, and they did a Hallmark movie draft, and I drafted this almost at 1. Like I drafted it really high up, and nobody had any vetoes left. So like I've been championing this movie for quite a while now.
Wow, I'm gonna have to rewatch this. I'm like you, Joe. I remember when it premiered, and I really liked it. I thought it had like a new spin on like a Hallmark formula. That's kind of the standout point for me.
Was this the movie where they didn't know who each other was, like in person?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very much, you know, I had a theory until this dumb movie happened last month called Return to Office on Hallmark that I had to watch. Before that movie aired, my theory was you can't make a bad version of a Shop Around the Corner remake. So, you know, Shop Around the Corner, famous movie, You've Got Mail. Occasionally Hallmark will do this, Bottle with Love with Andrew Walker, Bethany Joy Lenz. Like these movies, because of that structure, I think it kind of has a really high floor. But then Return to Office came out and that destroyed my theory. But this movie does have that thing. They're not rivals, but they are like, she's a baker and he's working and I don't remember now what he's doing something with his son and they need the help of it.
He's a candlestick maker.
Yeah, sure. Why not? And they're texting. And so they do meet several times and it's a very much, you know, You've Got Mail moment at the end was like, I hoped it was you kind of moment, which is also very nice.
Yeah. So you might want to let Brian know you were a teacher. He's questioning it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, right.
Is that Panda from your show, Dan?
Yeah, that's new Panda. We won't say new and we'll say new Panda.
Oh, okay.
Brian has an office right across the hall there that he shows up one day a week for. He's unbelievable. It's just
good gig.
No.
So Mark says it's the back half of the top 100.
You asked for sleepers, sure. I mean, I would have that personally, but. Yeah, I mean, like I get it. If you're somebody that loves those Hall of Fame movies or the movies from the early aughts, like this isn't maybe going to crack your top 25, but you know, filmmaking quality is a big deal to me. And like some of these movies that people love, I'm sure we're going to get to some of them where somebody's going to throw out a movie. They're like, I love this movie. And I'm going to be like, I'm happy you do. Because when I watched it, it looked like it was made for $1.50. So like,
here come my choices.
Let's stop because let's go in this transition because I think that's a great opportunity to let you introduce my first choice.
Here we go.
The Christmas ornament.
Dear God Almighty.
I've never seen this one either. Oh, wow.
Kelly Martin, Cameron Matheson. Kelly Martin is Emily. She's a recent widow. She doesn't want to celebrate Christmas anymore. She meets Tim, who's a tree salesman, and that seems to be all he does. So I don't know how he makes money throughout the rest of the year, but whatever. They begin to care for each other, but it also brings back memories of her late husband until she gets a magical okay to date Tim at the very end.
Joe, this is your top 10 or bottom 10? What are you doing here?
Am I on the wrong podcast?
Yeah, exactly.
You bashed this movie so bad. When you guys finally watched this and I was like, I was all excited and you bashed it.
Yeah.
I was like devastated because to me this is one of the I love this movie. I think this is actually a really, really good movie. I think you didn't give it a good chance. And I also know that you guys watched like 5 movies that day.
Well,
when you watched
so
it.
We normally don't watch 5 movies in a day, but we do. Sometimes we'll do 3 in a morning, and that third one better be good, or it's a tough watch. And so very well could have happened. I remember I like Kelly Martin as a rule. I wish she was back in these movies. But I like Cameron Matheson's has been in 2 or 3 movies that I really enjoy. I did not enjoy this movie. Magical Ornaments is a tough sell. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. It's just not. I mean, it's okay. It's all right. You know, it is what it is. I mean,
what year, Joe, did this come out?
2013.
Oh, so it's an older one too. Okay.
That's like my buddy Brand. That's his wheelhouse. Every movie in 2013 is all he needs, like a cup of, of hot chocolate and a 2013 Hallmark, and he's good to go.
The thing with this one is that the chemistry between Kelly Martin and Cameron Matheson was amazing in this movie. I really believe it was. You know, I don't. Casey, Danielle, have you seen this one?
I don't remember this one. I must have seen it, but the hard
He's
sell for me.
Santa's son, Danielle. Isn't it the guy
I don't
Santa's son?
Oh gosh, yeah. No, I'm saying I don't like Cameron Matheson usually, so
Yeah.
maybe I blocked it out. I don't remember this one at all.
My mom likes this one, and I remember being like fine with it. that's where I
So
was.
we got Joe and Casey's mom both like it. Those are two.
Mhm.
That's two we got.
I'm probably about as old as your mom too. So okay, well, I knew of throwing this one out here first was going to be rough, but let's move on to the next one here. Chad,
Oh, beautiful.
Small Town Christmas.
Okay. Let me say about my 5 picks here, first of all. This is not one-off singles. I have like an album. So there's a whole structure here. So I will submit. I'm going to posit an argument that all my 5 films circle the hero's journey. They touch on Greek mythology. They touch on classic literature. They tie them all together into this beautiful album that hasn't been seen since maybe, I don't know, Pink Floyd's The Wall. We're going back to classic rock now. Small Town Christmas. Beautiful start, Joe. I didn't know you're starting with this one. I have notes. First of all, this is the #1 opening in any Hallmark movie ever, where he's going through the town and he meets everybody and knows everybody, and he's doing his vaguely Jimmy Stewart accent. I see Dan agreeing with me right now non-verbally. I love it, Dan. I love the support. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We're talking a tragic, Byronic hero here right now with Small Town Christmas. Hear me out. Now, Casey, you love plays, right? Have you seen Hades
I
Town?
do.
Have you seen Hades Town? Okay. Eurydice, right? Where she is ghosted by Orpheus, right? In Greek mythology. Right now, the lead, the woman, what's her name again? The actor. Anyway, she's ghosted by this guy. She does not know why. It's a tragedy. Ashley Newbro. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
So
Friend of the show,
he ghosted her. So she is taken into the underworld. She doesn't know what's going on. She has to go through this whole journey. And instead of finding things and slaying dragons, she's out baking them, right? She's out writing them. She's doing this whole thing. And that's the beauty of it. So there's this whole undercurrent of this mythology. We're finding it. It's the best opening. That Jimmy Stewart impression is beautiful. The town is beautiful. I want to live there. She's never been there. It lives up to her expectations. Think of A Midsummer's Night's Dream, right? Where they go into the forest and they come out transformed. That's what we're talking about here. Inarguably, the top 5. Let's give it the golden buzzer, or whatever you're calling it right now, Joe. We could end this sooner and I could watch White Lotus. Are we in agreement? Thank you, everyone.
Chad, I agree with you 100%.
End the show, Joe. End the show now. Okay.
This is not an underrated film. This is not underrated.
Okay.
I don't think it should have been allowed on the list, Joe.
Only underrated shows? Because in the zeitgeist, this is right out there outside the Hallmark universe. Just great movies with The Godfather.
But it's so good. I'm agreeing that it's so good.
Let's take Christopher out of this. Is that a good movie then, Danielle?
It's a terrible movie without Chris Palaha. Listen. First of all, what's the opposite of?
I disagree.
He's Orpheus. He has to be in it.
What's the opposite of crown it? What do I do with it? Like, do I gesture it?
At the end, you get to vote. You get to say no.
Guys, this isn't a top 100 Hallmark movie of the last 10 years.
Dan, can I just quote you for a second from I'll Be Home for Christmas Movies? Dan says, this movie circles the hero's journey. It combines both mythology and literature. And if Chad chooses this, he is wise beyond his years. Perspicacious even. Yeah.
The only way to verify that quote is to go buy I'll Be Home for Christmas movies. That's wherever you buy books. Ask him to stock it. Does it have a movie from the last 3 years in it? No.
It's $10.99 on Amazon. Dan, $10.99 on Amazon. The best 11 you'll ever spend.
And while you're there, when's it going to be Christmas again? That's my kids' book I wrote as a love letter to my kids. Please go pick that up. Listen, here's the thing is I adore Chris Palaha. I'm in the Chris Palaha fan club. He is a friend. This is a time where this is considered a name drop. I understand that. I text Chris kind of regularly. He's a dear friend and I love him. And I also love that he refuses to show up and just give the same performance over and over again. So I love that he did the Jimmy Stewart bit and I love that they let him. And I think that's wonderful. The rest of this movie can die a slow death. Let's not mistake the first creative choice an actor was allowed to have on the network for good movie. I think that's my problem is that, yes, they let him do this thing and that's awesome, but we're talking about the best movies here. I just
Small Town Christmas, yes.
The best
So,
underrated movies.
Small
right?
Town
So
Christmas
the
is
best
actually
non-obvious movies.
Is it the
Actually,
best underrated though, Joe? Is that what we're doing, or just best
That's what I was
movies?
told.
we
Because I would
just
have put a
chose
lot of other
we
choices
chose
on
ones
my
that we
list.
thought ones that we thought were underrated that should be on the list, and
I didn't know that.
you read the email.
I mean, this one, I don't think this is underrated. I think it's rated appropriately. I never hear anybody talk about this movie.
Right, a
I
cinematic
do.
classic, yes.
So
Thank you,
Laura-
Laura, confirming that Dan said that. Looked it up. Thank you, Laura.
Laura Schinner looking out. Yeah.
Page
All right.
97.
We got to move on. Daniela,
Okay.
your first choice.
At least we all agreed on that one.
Oh,
The Christmas Secret.
Boy.
guys, I have the synopsis in front of me. I'm just going to read it because they did a better job than I'm going to do. While her life is falling apart, single mother Christine finds a magical family heirloom that leads to love and good fortune during Christmas. But not only that, this woman, the single mom, literally has her life crumbling to pieces and loses everything. So she loses her kids, her house, her job. But then
Was it from
she
Tariffs,
saves-
Daniela?
Sorry, yes.
Too
She
soon?
saves
Too
a woman's
soon?
life. There's a woman
No.
having a heart attack at her car, and she stops everything and she goes to save a woman's life, and she loses her job because of it. But then everything starts to come around for her because she did a good deed. I don't know. It sounds corny, but I think this one really embodies the Christmas spirit. I love this one, and it's the first time I saw Bethany Joy Lenz in a Hallmark movie, and I've loved her ever since.
She's really good in this. Yeah, I will give you this. I there's parts of this movie I really like. Eventually it gets a little too coincidence, where everybody's related to
reveals.
everybody.
One after the other connections. I know, but I loved it. I was a sucker. I was like, oh my God, she's really the grandmother, and these, oh my God, I got sucked in. I got sucked into it.
I've not
This is
seen
the one
this
she works.
movie.
Yeah.
I've not
Yeah,
seen
go
it.
on, sorry.
No, it's I love Bethany Joy
2014,
Lenz.
guys. 2014, this one.
Yeah, I love Bethany Joy Lenz. I think she's the best female lead Hallmark has that it gets to make movies even occasionally.
Right.
This is one of the few Lenz movies I've not seen.
Oh, you should watch it, Dan. I think you'd like it. I think you're going to like this one.
Sounds like a hard sell there. It does have Allie from When Calls the Heart in it. So
I don't think Dan's going to like this movie.
This one has 3 different Hallmark endings. 3 different Hallmark endings.
It's like a choose your own adventure, Danielle?
Return of the
Yes,
King
exactly.
situation. There you go.
Yeah, it does. It actually, the endings, they never end. That's the thing with this movie.
I love it. I love it.
So,
Wow, I'll have to check it out. Is this the one she works in a diner, Daniela? Right?
Yes.
yes.
Oh, I have seen. Yes, it was too sad for me. I bailed.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but it comes around. It comes around.
Okay. I'll watch
does
it in
get
reverse or something.
It does get a little sad, and it does get you a little angry about, the court system and everything.
Well,
we'll
hey,
just leave
It's
it
a
at
Wonderful Life was sad and got you angry, and that's clearly the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it
What
does
year
get
was that
you
on
sad and
Hallmark?
angry, if you gets you sad and angry, then that I probably will enjoy the movie because
That's
it
what I'm
probably has a
saying.
real
That's what I'm
emotion in it. Yeah,
You
all
should
right.
watch it. I highly recommend it.
Deal.
Yeah, like if you're not crying through Small Town Christmas, to go back to that, it's like, are you even in touch at all with your humanity? That's my question.
Who are the Greek gods that are represented in this movie, Daniela?
Say
on the
Icarus,
spot,
probably.
no
right?
idea.
She flew
All
too close to
right.
the sun. Okay.
We got to keep moving here because we only went through 5 movies. We still got 20 more.
Oh my
so-
God.
Oh, that's it, huh? Wow. Cool.
All right,
cool.
Casey,
Wow.
your first
Okay.
choice. The most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the best one. It's just the best one, period.
Wow.
It's hilarious. It's beautiful. It was right before Hallmark created Countdown to Christmas because this movie was so good. They were like, we just have to have Countdown to Christmas now. Henry Winkler is fantastic. The writing by Bruce Graham, amazing. Yeah, everything about it, 10 out of 10.
Love it.
Joe, tell Casey. I know you're chomping at the bit to tell Casey who you met just this morning, just today.
Oh,
Well-
I saw that, Joe.
Oh, look
I
at
saw
that.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Love.
So great.
So
Past
yes.
and current Fonzie. Love it.
So yes, I love this movie. I agree with Casey. I think this is one of my favorites.
Joe, you're not following your own rules here. Underrated?
Yeah. This
No,
is
okay.
underrated.
So I want to
Shit,
no,
it
no,
was
wait,
hers.
wait. To explain myself, I said to Joe, and I was freaking out about this. I was like, "What did you mean?" And he was like, "Specifically, the ones from like the past 5 years don't include those that everyone
The
thinks
bigger
are great.
ones, yes.
The bigger
Yeah.
ones from the past 5 years." So I was like, "Okay, 2008, not in the past 5 years." And because there's so many people, and Daniela, like, because we're so into it, we don't notice. But so many
Yeah.
people out there just got into Hallmark, and they have no idea the history. Like, I talk to people who like started it in like 2018, and I'm like, okay, a 2018 Hallmark movie is not the same as a 2024 Hallmark movie, and it's also not the same as a 2008 Hallmark movie. So, gotta represent.
Right.
So
I'm just saying,
I say
why
this-
would have put that one on my list? I would have put so many other things on my list here, but okay. All
That's
right.
I mean,
okay.
Not cool, Joe. Not cool, Joe. To do
I
that
just,
to Danielle. Not cool.
I'm not mad at Casey because these movies are like, this is one
They're
of the first
great.
ones we were told we had to watch. Like when we started the podcast, it was like, what movies should we watch? And the 5 that were given to us, this was one of the 5 that was given to us as a movie we had to watch. And yeah, it's got Henry Winkler in it, guys.
Yes.
It's going to be in the
Yeah.
top 100 just based on the Henry Winkler of it all. I will say,
Fair.
this is a movie that was the first time I realized that these Hallmark movies are like a click away from horror. You know what I mean? Like, the Warren Christie character is some weird beatnik, he just happens to be hot enough to where you're like, yeah, sleep on the sofa. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dharma
but it's-
bums with a good jawline.
Yeah, he could easily. This could have easily. We're a click away from this being like a Scorsese movie. It is not all above board, but it's got Henry Winkler in it. So I mean, come on, and it's got a scene at the airport where they use the intercom like there's no security or nobody cares. That is like a declaration of love. So I mean, what could you ask for?
So,
I love
yeah.
a declaration of love and a terrorist act at the same time. It's really not many movies do that. A little
'cause this
felonious
was-
for me, this movie. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, this morning I went to Steel City Con and I met Henry Winkler and I had him sign my Hallmark board. I usually I only try to let the Hallmark stars who've been in the movies a lot, but he's Henry Winkler.
Come on.
And
Yeah.
I needed to include him. So I showed him the sign when I got up there. He's like, I said, Henry, I love you in Happy Days. I love Arrested Development. I love Barry.
Barry.
But
Yeah.
I said, I really do. I love Christmas movies, and I really love your Hallmark Christmas movies. And he goes, "Oh, this was a fun one." He says, "You're the first person at this entire con to ever bring this up." And I was like, "That's what I figured." But
That's
he
very
signed
nice,
it, and then I got pushed away because they're trying to rush people through. So,
Of course.
but yeah, he seemed proud.
Next up,
he seemed happy with
shortcake.
it.
Yeah. Did he call you shortcake,
I have
Joe?
a-
Did he?
I have a story about the writer of this movie. He's a playwright, and he did a play at our theater. And I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, by the way, your Hallmark movie, both of your Hallmark movies are actually like some of my favorites." And he said that The Most Wonderful Time of the Year is one of the only movies he's ever actually seen after he wrote the screenplay because everyone told him how good it was, and he actually thought that it was very good, but he refuses to watch anything else.
Yeah. So
Wow.
who
There
doesn't
you
let
have
their
it.
grandpa pick up strangers at the airport? He was the uncle, but that's okay. But yeah, so I
So good
I mean,
underrated pick. Pick the number one movie of all time that has been rated and pick it as underrated. Really,
I'm going to
good
go
one
with
here.
Citizen Kane, Joe. I'm going to go with
Joe.
Citizen Kane.
All right.
No one picked that.
I will say this was not in my top 10. This would not, but I let people pick movies that they felt were underrated, and I was trying to not pick the bigger ones from the past few years. But believe me, the other movies that everyone picked, Casey, there's some other good ones on here. So
My next pick is A Biltmore Christmas. Will that be disqualified, Joe?
I was told I couldn't play that. Oh, it's my pick.
Oh.
Would you look
So
at
next
that?
is Dan, Crashing Through the
Yeah.
Snow.
This is, in my opinion, the most underrated Hallmark Christmas movie of all time.
Christmas in July movie, Dan.
Yes, a Christmas in July movie. It is written by Tamar Laddie, who wrote some Pretty Little Liars, but went on to write Round and Round, what I consider to be the best Hallmark holiday movie of all time.
Best.
Round and Round.
Yeah,
Vic
the best.
Michaelis. I was not allowed to play it in this draft, but it's phenomenal. It is so good. Please go check it out. This movie features so many things that you don't see typically in a Hallmark movie. First of all, it features divorced couple that gets along really well. That's number one. One of them's not dead or an a-hole. They just get along really well. Two,
or a dead a-hole.
Yeah, or a dead a-hole. Those are maybe the best. I don't know.
Right.
You've got Amy Acker, Warren Christie, Brooke Nevin. None of them get to be on Hallmark nearly enough. They're great in this movie. There's a steamy hot tub scene in this movie. It is funny. It is fun. It's Christmassy. It is shockingly good. I can't believe it aired in July. This would be on my actual, I know we're doing underrated, deep cuts, and we made some jokes, but this would legitimately be a top 25 Hallmark movie for me.
This movie also brought back alcohol, if I'm not mistaken, into Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Shout out to
drinking.
Really. Joe, you're not drinking this episode, speaking of. I haven't seen you on air this sober. Oh, you are? Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Nice.
I've been sipping at it,
What is that, Joe? What are you drinking tonight? Because I always like to check the price of his expenditures and tally them up, Joe.
We're moving along too quick, Joe. If you can tell us what you're drinking and give us an in-depth discussion,
let's
I do digress a little bit. This had a beautiful state in it, by the way.
It's the same whiskey before that we talked about.
Angel's Envy or something.
No,
this is a great choice. This was on theme. On theme. It was It's actually underrated. And it's also a great movie. Yeah. If this is the handful of movies, if it's ever on reruns, I will sit down and watch it again. I love this one. It's great.
Yeah. No,
Danielle, you don't rewatch these? You only watch them one and done? I have some I watch over and over.
Every night? You watch them every night.
Nightly to go to sleep. Yes. And to wake up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amy Acker. I'm an Amy Acker fan. I love it when she's in these ones because I'm a Buffy Angel TV show watcher. So having Amy Acker in these movies is great. Warren Christie, another Warren Christie movie, two in a row.
He's the exact same character. He's literally a chef who's just doing whatever the heck he wants. So.
You're right. So
whose pick was this? Dan's?
Yeah, right here. This guy.
No, there's a good. I think the first one we all agree on is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
All
awesome.
right. Now here's my next one where everyone's gonna crap on it, but okay. So, My Christmas Family Tree.
Oh my God, Joe! No. Are we allowed to curse, or is this like a G-rated thing? I don't know. This is not okay.
Amy Teagarden, Andrew Walker. When Vanessa receives the results from her family tree DNA, she discovers the family she didn't know existed. May not be her family, but it is at the end.
Joe, is this the one where her dad's a football coach on Fridays? Is this the one? Or am I confused? Because I like that one.
I love the fact that you were talking about this mere days after one of the major DNA companies out there lost all their data, because the big issue with this movie is that it turns out the twist in this movie is that the company got the DNA wrong.
Yeah.
They were like, well, we put that one up. You don't get them all right here in the DNA business. That's your entire job, is to get them all right. And they were like, we can't bat 1,000. That's basically what happened.
There are a lot of genes out there, to map. So it's hard to make sure it's, goes to the right person. Yeah. Very timely, Joe.
I long for the days of the Christmas ornament, Joe. This is embarrassing. And I love you. I've met you in person. You're a wonderful human being. What is happening right now?
I'm
throwing it out there. These are ones that I like. There's some ones that I think are coming up you'll like better. But I've already
like it worse.
Joe's fired. Oh no! What are we doing?
Yes, you're correct.
You're getting a lot of unsubscribes on your channel here for this.
Yeah, don't unsubscribe. Please don't.
This movie is so bad that I forgot that Andrew Walker was in it.
That's right. He's barely in it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He forgot he was in it, Daniela. That's how bad it was.
Joe, can you defend the movie a little bit?
So
Any Greek mythology?
I really liked
Bad
Amy
movies.
T. I really liked Amy T.
She likes
Garden's
being
character, and I don't remember who's the father in this, but like they kind I liked the way they talked, they introduced each other. The twist is weird. I will give you that. I think I don't think they needed to have that. I think it could have been actually this is how I would have solved the movie. Yes, she's not related to them. We discover that she's not related to them, and they accept her anyways. That would have made the movie better. I get that. Yeah.
But what do you like about it, Joe?
Seems like a fatal flaw.
I like Amy T. Garden movies. I really do. I think she's really good in these. You know, I don't know. I just like this one. I responded to it, and I know a lot of people hate it.
Someone was running short on time, wasn't he? Joe, you were a little short on time after meeting the Fonz.
Be honest. Did my buddy Brandon Gray send you like he loves Amy T. Garden? Every time we do a movie, he sits down. And he's like, "It's tea time, y'all." Did he send you? Did he send you this pic? It's such a bad pic.
She's lovely. Every time I watch her in a movie, though, I just want to like put a sweater on her or something. She's always so meek and I don't know.
Honestly, I went through my list of movies and I picked ones that I wanted to really get people's thoughts on. I mean, I'm seriously, this is why because when you see the next three that I picked, you'll understand. So
Casey, you've been so kind, but you just shook your head and were just saying the word no. You hate it too, right? Right?
Yes,
it's a full panel.
Yeah, no. Of the DNA movies, like Love Lights Hanukkah is way better.
Yes.
It's bad in the DNA movie genre. Oh my God.
Love Lights Hanukkah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I watched that all 8 nights, and it was good every night. It held up. It was fantastic.
Even the 8th time, it's unverbelical.
All right, let's move on to another one that we're all gonna hate. So, Chad, your next pick.
What do we have? We're gonna love it. You ready to laugh? Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, I'm gonna cry just thinking.
I have to log off. I have to log off.
And it's great that this has the words perfect in it, because that's what we have here. And I'm going to tell you, if you're all familiar with this one.
Keep it short.
Okay, that's what I do, Joe. A big-time San Francisco photographer returns home to care for her injured grandma, who's amazing. Somehow falls for the hot neighbor who's raising his orphan nephew. She tries to focus on her career, but Christmas keeps shoving love and domesticity down her lens. Let's just put it that way, okay? So here's what we're going here. Her camera, the shield of Achilles. Think about this in Greek mythology. Everything she does, she captures quiet battles of love, grief, her energy with the neighbor. The grandmother in this is just the best grandma on all the Hallmark. She kind of reminds me of my own, so maybe that's why I touch it. The kid's fantastic. The dog is good. And if you've seen this, the guy's hair or toupee or whatever he's wearing is so different in each scene that alone is a subplot that you want to see how they positioned his hair. Watch it back and watch his hair in each scene. One scene, it barks. I promise you this. It walks away and gets out of there. That's maybe a miss, but the rest of it's just a beautiful movie. I watch it several times each season. Sometimes just to see his hair, what it's doing. Yeah.
He texts me every time he watches it. He sends me a screenshot of him watching it. So
there's only one good thing.
Really?
There's only one good thing about this movie.
The whole thing.
When the kid sneezes into his hot chocolate and it goes everywhere and it's like completely like he actually sneezed. And they put it in.
They do that a lot, like in classic movies like that. Like when Luca Brazzi's nervous to talk to the Godfather, he was actually really nervous to do that scene. When this kid sneezes into the hot cocoa and they leave it, it's this that makes it a cinematic classic. This is why anybody who's anybody in film knows that this is right up there. And Mark's agreeing.
Anybody.
Okay, I'll have to check this out.
Oh no, could I actually be a Chad fan? I like this one.
Uh-oh. I love it.
I love. You can't say that. Chad announced his pick and then told us all the reasons why it sucks, which is an impressive feat.
It's called a reverse psychology, Dan.
If you want my best, like this movie's, it's really bad. Like it might be Christmas Family Tree bad.
You mean bad as in Michael Jackson, like good bad?
I will say this: Tracy Andreen writes the script. She tends to write really fast and quippy dialogue.
Yeah.
And this movie comes out of the gate really hot. Early on in this movie, John Core, Merritt Patterson have some very witty banter in this movie. And then after that, there's just nowhere to go. It does not hold up. In fact, when the title and the picture came on screen, I had to look it up because I knew I'd seen it and I had just forgotten it.
It's in your book. It's in the book. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm sure I had some great mythos.
You did. If you would like me to quote you, I can.
There's so much that I'm sure that I did bring up.
I cried tears of joy until my tear ducts were empty. Dan, that's what it says.
That's right. So,
This
sounds right.
It's a bit revisionist, Dan. I mean, because you loved it when you first saw it. It's in print, but
as
so
the
we
guy
agree
that
on
hates
this
these
one.
movies, it looks like I love them all. It's crazy. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one, Daniela.
Good choice, Chad.
Take me back for Christmas.
Oh,
now
this
this
is
is
tough.
2023. So thanks for letting me choose this one, Joe, because it's quite recent.
Daniela, this is making us long for Picture a Perfect Christmas. I mean, this is not good.
Oh, come on.
Wait a minute.
Wait. Eat your
Nothing
words.
says Christmas fun like dead mothers she's visiting. This is a great one. Thanks,
There's
Daniela.
a theme in mind. There's a theme, if you can see in mind. This one, I love this one. Vanessa Lengies, love. Corey Sevier, who directed it. His wife wrote it. I was afraid to rewatch this one, which is always a good sign for me if I'm afraid to rewatch it, which means it's really, really good, because I didn't know if I had the emotional bandwidth to withstand the amount of tears comes when you watch this one.
Oh.
Yes, it's sad, but one of my favorite tropes is the life that could have been. I love that kind of trope, and this one's, speaking of Greek mythology, this is all over that. So yeah, love it. One of my favorites.
I like this one. I will admit, I do like this one. This was the first Vanessa Lengies movie that I was like, oh, that was pretty good.
This is a travesty. This was a Christmas in July as well, and that's a travesty that they aired this one in Christmas in July.
Yeah.
This is fascinating. We did this one at Bramblefest. It happened to air the week that we have our big festival here in Greenville. And Vanessa Lengies is phenomenal in this movie. I found the movie to be really, really manipulative, and I hate that. I hate when the movie but I got it. The feelings are strong about this movie across the board. They're strong if people that don't like it and that do like it. The performance is there. And even Sevier, who is normally like Corey Sevier is, I can't remember what it was, but he's basically like the Canada's Nicolas Cage. He'll just for TV, he'll just take whatever movie is there. He's just like, yeah, what's up? Let's do this thing. You want me to be a barbecue guy from Texas? I'm in. Pew, pew. But he's good in this movie. I thought that's like, for me, big feels like this have to be earned, and I did not feel like the sliding doors trope they set up allowed them to be earned more manipulated personally. So that's a tough one for me, but I get it. Unlike the last two picks, which they don't have. Yeah, this movie, I understand. Even though I don't agree, I understand why people love it, and the quality is there. So I'll give you that.
I love it when I can't sleep.
All right, so we got to get moving here. We've got
Joe. There's comments coming in. You're not reading. I can't see all the comments. They're probably agreeing with me. Is that why you're cutting them off?
No, they weren't agreeing with you, Chad. Believe me. They weren't agreeing with me either. So, Casey, Mrs. Miracle.
Okay. Yeah, Mrs. Miracle #1. Although I also really like the second one.
Wow.
It's it's probably the first Hallmark movie I ever saw. It's about broken families, which is what Hallmark Christmas movies used to be about before they got evangelical, and then and I really appreciated it. The two characters, they get kind of like too angry at each other, and it's like a little bit of a wash of a conflict for a minute, but I do genuinely really like where both of their conflicts come from. I think the kids are really adorable, and Doris Roberts is just incredible, and no one can ever be her, and I wish that Hallmark would stop trying.
I think they may have from this last one, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I've never seen this one either.
So I love Doris Roberts as Mrs. Miracle. I think I like the second one with her more than this one. I think the
I thought
second
I
one,
did too, and then I rewatched it, and I was like, maybe I don't. But I really like
this
the second
one.
too.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with the Mrs. Miracle movies. They slowly the problem slowly got a little bit more complicated as it goes along. Because the first one here is James Van Der Beek's character just doesn't want to play the piano anymore.
Because his wife is dead.
And so she convinces him to play the piano at his kids' Christmas pageant. That's
Okay.
the goal.
Okay, no. But I think that this one feels very like realistic, and the second one is like Lauren Holly's being silly, and I love Lauren Holly, but it feels a lot more like the 2010s Hallmark movies, which I don't like. It feels more like 2015, 2014, even though it's not. It's just a little silly and it's a little bright, and the ending is still beautiful. And yes, I cry when the brother comes back, but like this one feels very cozy.
Yeah, so Doris Roberts is a great Mrs. Miracle, but the Mrs. Miracle movie that's the best one is the third one with the adoption from
Caroline Rhea.
Yeah, Caroline Rhea.
Oh gosh,
Like that movie, I liked a lot better.
So I think I agree with Joe here. I'm a foster parent and an adoptive parent through DSS, and so that movie really hit me. But I like Doris Roberts. I think she does a great job. These miracle movies are a tough sell for me as someone that grew up in the evangelical church where everything was a sign of miracle or demon possession. I have very little tolerance for those movies generally. So it's a tough sell, but Doris Roberts is wonderful. I'll say that.
Yeah.
We agree on Doris Roberts.
Man, boo.
Yeah. Losing fans left and right, Joe.
I love Doris Roberts. I just think the story of the third movie is better than the first two. So
she doesn't do anything mischievous in the third one. She's like just there. Like she does nothing that makes her.
In that one, she's like a Mary Poppins. In the first two, she's kind of like an angel, and in the fourth one, it's just Rachel
Boston is just trying to help people solve a will dispute.
Yeah,
where they decide to add board chairs, therefore diluting their share of the company in one of the dumbest plot points of all time.
Awful. Yeah.
All right, let's.
Joe loves white collar crime. That's the thing. So,
Daniela, your next pick, or no, Dan. No, Dan. This is yours. I'm sorry, Dan.
Hi.
Dickens of a Holiday.
Yes, a proper Chris Palaha movie that is actually underrated and not just a caricature of one of the most famous actors of the 1940s.
Correct.
We have Dickens of a Holiday. We have Julie Sherman Wolfe doing I believe, a punch-up job on a script here on a movie that has no business working. Do you know what we don't need in Hallmark Christmas movies? More Christmas Carol adaptations. We're good. We're set. No more, please. No, thank you. Unless it's Dickens of a Holiday, because Palaha gets to play like an action star, which is so cool. Like, and he just leans in really hard to this. Brooke Dorsey, I love her dearly. She's never been better. A fun little story about this movie, since I do know Chris. Chris showed up in Greenville. He was filming Buried in Barstow with Angie Harmon in Charlotte. And he came down to hang out with Bran and myself. And he had just finished filming this movie. And he was like, Dan, I'm telling you, this is it. It's like, Brooke's amazing. It's great. And I'm like, and you guys are just doing a Christmas Carol? Like, I'm giving him a hard time having not seen the movie yet. And he's like, Dan, just trust me. I'm telling you. And like, the thing about Chris is he doesn't do this with every movie. Sometimes he looks at me and he's like, it's a soccer movie, Dan, just get over it. He doesn't do this with every movie, but he did it with this one. And he's right. And the scene where he kind of finally, there's a breakthrough in the character when he's playing is like so wonderful. He's amazing. It is real emotion. This movie has no business working, and against all odds, it works. And it works because of the leads and because Julie Sherman Wolfe punched up a script, and it's fantastic, and Chris crushes it, and Brooke crushes it, and it's a really good movie.
Yeah. One of his top, his top two of the Palaha movies tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top two. Definitely top two.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is my
so everybody likes this one.
I love it.
Really?
I love it. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Daniela?
To me, this is an obvious choice, which is why I did not put this on my list. Like, this is in my top 3 all time.
Wow.
If you watch our reviews, I almost always make a reference to this movie in any review that we do in a Hallmark movie. I'll always harken back to this movie. I absolutely
Danielle,
adore
does
it.
John feel the same way about this one? Daniela? Does John?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
He loves it. He loves it. Not as much as me. It is like ingrained in me. This is like, I have a situation with this movie. I am obsessed.
All right. I might as well just put it out here.
I
don't
know,
like this
Joe.
movie. I don't like this movie.
Joe, more unsubscribes. You're demonetized, Joe.
I know.
They can't all be magical ornaments, Joe. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
You know, it's not a DNA movie.
Yeah, the test just came back, Joe.
Or a
100%,
tragedy.
you're 100% wrong here.
That's inconclusive.
I honestly, I think it was just it's fine. I don't hate it. I just don't think it's got I don't have the love for it that everyone has. And Chris is great in this movie. I'll just leave it at that. That's
Nice. I've been there before, Joe. I know what you're doing. And I will say this is not a top 10 all time for me, but as far as sleepers that would end up in my top 100, this is it. I was shocked when I saw this movie. I was maybe it's an expectations thing. I was expecting the worst and I got really, really good. So.
All right. Well, now we need to move on to my third pick because I know we're just anxiously awaiting.
Win them back, Joe.
Is it the one where Chris Russell puts on colorblind glasses?
No.
That
was great. His life was
he can compare him to like Nike or Athena or something.
Exactly.
Noel next door.
Oh my God, Joe.
So Natalie Hall, Corey Sevier.
You invited me to come on this show, and you pick bad movies on purpose. I know.
This movie. I'm going to defend this movie because I think this movie
because there's drinking
really,
in it,
really
Joe.
good.
Is that why?
So Noelle next door plays the single mom. She has a bratty kid who annoys the neighbor, and he has every right to be angry at this kid because this kid's the worst. But he's going through a lot because he had a stroke. They don't know that they who each other is until the very end because of the kid, but they get together at the end. That's my quick synopsis.
This one launched the season, right, Joe? This is the first one of whatever year it was.
And here's why I think this movie is really good. The writing in this movie the dialogue in this movie is really, really good. It's really funny. It went it went beyond the Hallmark normal family-friendly dialogue. There was some jokes about, it was the crazy guy, the flat earther guy that she was set up with. That was good. They did a tampon joke, I think, in this one. So it just was it was very different. I like Natalie Hall her movies have been mixed. She stands out in this one. The way she cares for Corey Sevier, and he does really well portraying a guy that had a stroke. I think it all works really well. I think it's enjoyable. I think it's easily in the top 100.
So, Joe, you're saying Christmas to you, strokes, flat earth, and tampons? Is that what the quote is going to be from this episode, Joe?
And DNA movies and magical Christmas ornaments.
I'm not going to Pittsburgh for Christmas.
It is not a compliment to tell you this is the best movie you've chosen so far. And the only reason is because Natalie Hall and Corey Sevier's chemistry in this movie is off the charts. They are going to make a baby. They are very into each other in this movie. And that goes a long way. The eye contact, the way they deliver the lines, that does work. The kid's an absolute brat in this movie. Yeah. Just one of one, don't talk to me, kid situation. But the two leads are good. The rest of this movie, not so much, but better than the DNA one and the ornament one. Yeah, no. This is your best one so far.
The best one, Joe, for sure. You got it.
Casey, you don't like this one, huh? I see Casey's seething.
No, I liked all the things that Joe mentioned. I like that it was different for Hallmark.
You're a flat earther, Casey?
in the right direction. No. But he was just so bitter, and like the kid was such a brat, and yeah.
I also, my dear friend Brandon Gray adores this movie, and he has a problem. He has so many problems, but one of the problems that he has is that the first movie of the season he typically overrates because he's just so excited to be back.
Right.
You know, he's just like, we're back, baby. Like he's so excited. And this is one of those movies where it was the first one of the year, and for like the next 2 months he's like, still in my top 10, and I'm just like, no. And there he is now chatting.
There you go.
With us. So, yeah, of course.
He's a
Brand and Joe have a history, Dan. You know, Brand was on our show, the Christmas Cousins podcast, and he was a judge who ruled against Joe. So Joe has a beef with him, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy. Doesn't sound like one of the movies he's picking.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, Brandon and I have a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
He rolled
see who's
against you.
okay. Well, if you all kind of agree that Noel Next Door is great, I think it's now time for it's now time for Chad.
That's what we got there.
That's what I took away from that. So it's now time for us to listen to Chad's next movie.
Oh, what's next? I can't wait.
The Christmas Cottage.
Yes. Oh, this is beautiful.
That's it.
Wuthering Heights, anyone? Here's the thing. And for those of you who don't know about this one, and everybody does because it's widely considered the top Hallmark Christmas movie, they stay in a magical Christmas cottage. They have nothing to do that entire week except hang at this Christmas cottage and hang and plan this wedding and enjoy the holidays. It's absolutely beautiful. The magic cottage trope is one of my favorites. It's underused because it's only been used in this. Everybody loves it. Casey, you're beaming right now, thinking of how good this movie is. I know that. And we're thinking about this archetypical enchanted spaces, right? This is Eden in Christmas form, everybody. This is beautiful. Step inside, let fate take over. Enjoy a Christmas cottage from beginning to end. Another masterpiece with Merritt Patterson, the actress of our generation, if you will.
What is the deal with you picking Merritt Patterson movies?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're good, you're good. You know, that's what it is. So it's not even her. It's the writing of the movie she's in. It might be anybody, but when you take something like a regular cottage, and you spend the night there and fall in love.
It is cozy.
It is. Thank you, Daniela.
Yeah.
Right? You like that little the escapism of it? Casey, what do you think about this one? You're shaking your head yes, but in a horizontal manner, which is weird.
I think that you love Bill Abbott, Chad, and that's a choice.
At least somebody does. I thought it was just probably his parents, but good. I'm glad you do.
Is Chad doing that weird thing where he only picks Merritt Patterson movies again?
Yes. Come in. Say hi, Merritt, everybody. This is my cousin Merritt, everyone.
There are so many, Hallmark releases 40 of these a year, Chad.
But only one Enchanted Cottage, Dan.
35 of them every year are better than the Christmas Cottage. This isn't top 100 since 2022.
How many movies do they have where the cottage itself is almost a character? It is like Wuthering Heights, right? Where the mansion itself plays a role. And that's why I love it, because it ties back to classic literature. Yeah. It's on so many levels that it's really, they study this.
I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't locked in.
Right. Rewatch it, take notes. Trust me, you're going to love this on so many other levels beyond Christmas. Yeah. It stays with you. It becomes a part of the fabric of your being.
That's the levels.
All right.
Yeah.
Daniela's. We got to go to Daniela's.
There's those mushrooms.
Third pick.
Yeah. Must be. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, I love this one, Daniela. Love this one.
I don't know. Is this controversial? Is it to choose a CCB? I don't know. I mean, she's part of Hallmark history. So So a big thing for me is nostalgia. I watch a lot of Hallmark movies, and this was one of the very first ones that I watched. And I was like, oh, I get it. I get what these movies are about. Okay. I like it. It's got the trope. The career woman goes to, like the small town to like destroy the business, but then falls in love with the son who owns the business. I love all that stuff. Falls in love with the surroundings, ends up moving there. It's got snow. It's got this really weird detail of like Nordic desserts. I'm obsessed with food in Hallmark movies. So if there's like a central theme about food, which this one has, I pay very close attention to that. And one of the owners of this inn is always talking about, desserts and the histories, and they're all like Icelandic and Estonian and Polish. And I don't It was like, wow, that's like some random interesting details about the food in this movie. Anyway, I like it. I like a lot of her Hallmark movies. I also love Christmas Detour, which probably would have been on my list as well, but I went with this one because it feels cozier and cold and snowy and Christmassy, and that's why I went with this one.
Daniela, I love this one. My favorite of your picks so far. This one was almost on my list as well. I'll rewatch it every year. It's great because she goes to the little town, meets everybody. Her heart, grows 3 sizes. It's a good one. Good choice, Daniela.
This is the movie that is the reason everyone thinks every Hallmark movie is the big city girl goes to the, it's CCB, it's the plot. It's the Hallmark plot that whenever someone finds out what I do for a living, they're like, oh, they're all the same. The big city girl goes to the small town with the big business, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I kind of like, well, they're not, but yeah, that's kind of the generic plot. This is one of the first, this was in that first handful that fans told us to watch as well. Jesse Hutch is always game to be whatever. Alan Thicke. There's also some quality PowerPoint in this movie. You've got to check out the PowerPoint.
Oh, speaking of PowerPoint, wait till you see my next choice. Wait till you see my next choice.
Oh no! But this is a movie that I don't like at all because most of CCB needs to be on the list. You're right, Danielle. I'm not trying to take that part of the history of the network away. I mean, she is what most people still think of when they think of a Hallmark Christmas movie, for better or worse. But that, I would Christmas Detour. I think that's Ron Howard, and it's.
I do love that one too. I was, it was neck and neck. Just went with this one because of the snow.
This is tough because the people. Dude, people love this movie. Like Jesse Hutch has had a resurgence lately, but I would meet him at Christmas cons and his line would just be out the door for people just wanting to talk about this movie. And that was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. So it has quite the following behind it for sure.
Casey, you are shaking your head again or bopping to music. Do you hate this movie or are you listening to something?
It's fine. This movie's fine. I've never been a CCB fan. Candy Cam has never, ever, ever been for me. Like Moonlight and Mistletoe or whatever that movie is like fine. I kind of like that one, but yeah, I just can't. I can't deal with her.
That's the one with Tom Arnold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'm trying to think of what my favorite CCB movie would be. It'd probably be Christmas Detour. I don't know.
The time travel
Journey back to Christmas.
They leave her in a shed to freeze overnight to die. Yeah, sure.
The Christmas Town, isn't that the one where she goes and finds the doll, the broken angel?
Listen, I gotta be honest. You've got to stop talking. You cannot say Christmas Town. You can't do it. Where she adopts a child overnight with no paperwork.
Yeah.
They're just giving them away.
No. I think Journey Back, but that's my thought.
Interesting.
So, okay.
I also love Dramatic Christmas. Don't diss that one.
I mean, Gene Smart. Shout out to Hacks. Gene Smart in Shoe Addicts Christmas is a delight, which does help that movie quite a bit. But no, I think Christmas Detour. I'm trying to think of what second would be. I don't know.
All right, Casey.
I like that Casey doesn't like Candy Cam. I like that. Was the best nickname. Yeah.
All right, Casey, your next pick. Hitch for the Holidays.
Okay.
Never seen
So I picked this one because I put in Round and Round, and Joe said not allowed. So I said, okay, I need the Judaism still. So I picked this one because it was Gary Goldstein. It's a really old one. Not many people have seen it. The ending gets a little funky, but I choose to ignore it. It is a movie about a man who has a complicated relationship with his mother because she had a lot of mental health issues, which they talk about, which I think is really, really beautiful. It's fake dating. He also has like an alcoholism problem, which they kind of deal with a little bit. He has commitment issues, but in like a really kind of fun, interesting way. The Judaism is really beautiful in this movie, even though none of the actors are Jewish, but that's sort of what Hallmark's deal is, even still, which kind of sucks. But it's really fun, and I love.
Sounds like this is about my cousin Seth, Casey. If you listen to our podcast, all this description, I have to go back and watch this one. This is fantastic.
Yeah, unfortunately,
commitment issues, alcoholism, Judaism.
It's really
Chad, neither Chad nor Daniela have seen it. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I haven't seen this one. No.
I've seen it. I'm not a fan, but I do know that it was built up in my for me before I watched it, and I don't think that was fair. But when we started this, people were like, the one Hanukkah movie that's decent is this movie, and then I was on Screen Drafts and somebody played it and I'd not seen it, and finally we watched it, and I don't know, I don't like Joey Lawrence. I know he's kind of terrible and we know it now, but like I never liked Joey Lawrence. And so I just, I
thought his career was awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not for me, but I know that it is a big fan favorite. It's not surprising that this was brought up this evening. It's just not my thing.
What is Joey Lawrence's character in this one? Is his name Joey?
It's something Italian that's sort of like Joey.
Because I'm working on I've been working on a video, and an episode of TV had Joey Lawrence in it, and the character's name was Joey, and it's just I swear that they have to they purposely have to name him Joey so he knows who his character's name is, because every character is Joey.
I'm a co-host on a show called The Decom Descendants with my buddy Brandon Gray and Aaron Shea, our wonderful producer here at Deck the Hallmark, and we watch every Disney Channel original movie. I've seen none of them, and we're on like episode 60 or 61. And Joey Lawrence is in several of these movies, and they are universally terrible.
Is he always Joey?
Oh, he's basically he is horse sense and jumping ship. There's some real he's not like I've just never seen anything where I'm like, okay, all right, Joey. Yeah. I've never seen anything like him. So there you go.
It was
Rob Marinowitz.
There
it is. Got it.
Well, Rob.
Casey, I'm going to watch this one on your recommendation. So it's a fellow Hanukkah lover.
Yeah, I mean, it's not their best Hanukkah movie, obviously. At the time it was, because they didn't make any others. Although Loving Leia, gorgeous non-Christmas, non-Hanukkah film. But, yeah, silly.
So, who wins the cage fight with only candy canes as weapons, Chad or Joe? Everyone discuss.
Okay. Oh, that's an easy one. Joe, you would.
All right.
I would not fight with a candy cane.
I've just now met Chad, but I feel like he'd be busy talking and Joe would get him, would shiv him real quick.
Exactly. I'd be watching Merry and Bright about candy canes, which is coming up. Joe, is that next?
Dear God, it can't. I walk
great
out.
Segue.
I'll walk out.
It's Dan's choice next. It's Jan's choice next.
All right.
And it's the Santa Summit.
Yeah, absolutely. You know who's big deal right now is a guy named Russell Hainline, who's seems to be fairly prolific at writing TV movies of the week for any network that will hire him. He wrote Hot Frosty, which I think is a fine movie. I don't love it. He's written several movies for Hallmark. This movie's a blast. It all takes place in one night. It all takes place at a fictional version of SantaCon where everyone isn't obliterated and drunk out of their mind, and it's just a fun, happy time. It features a Niall Mater cameo as a DJ. It features Hallmark's best character actor, one Eric Atuvle, who gets to drive them around and is hysterical from start to finish. And it features some really great leads. This is a movie that borderline doesn't feel like Hallmark. It feels like its own thing. It is quirky. It's funny. It's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And I adored it. I love this movie. And I know it just came out 2 years ago and we have some recency bias, but spoiler alert, all my movies are from the 2020s. So this is a really, really solid movie. And I think if you're judging on movie making quality and script writing, this has to be in there.
Yeah, no,
Definitely.
It's great. The Lord of the Ring references for me was beautiful. So yeah, I don't think there's anyone.
Although this was very highly rated when it came out. Very,
yes,
I mean, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
chose. I guess. So I'm flipping.
Daniela, your choices are very good. So.
All right.
Daniela, when I heard Sleepers,
I would have had that on my list, 100%.
When I heard Sleepers, in my head, I thought all the movies that were definitely on the list were older movies. So I was the opposite of Casey, who was like, people have forgotten about Most Wonderful Time of the Year. We need to remind them. I was in the camp of, well, we're going to have these standbys and these Hall of Fame movies on the list, but we need to show some love to these new movies that maybe get lost in the ether because of how many there are. So I had the reverse take on what a sleeper was, but yeah, for me, this isn't a sleeper, but I just thought in the grand scheme of things, maybe it doesn't make some lists because people really harken back to the ones they love from the last two and a half decades.
All right. So are we ready for my next one then?
I'm not. I'm not.
All right. So this is a definite must be on the list only because of the history of it.
Here we
Christmas
go.
in Evergreen.
Yes. Joe, I'm with you on this one. Not underrated though. This is like everybody knows this one.
Yeah.
Classic Joe.
Yeah, you're right, Danielle. I think we should disqualify. I didn't read your email, Joe, but I thought you would have read it, so you should have known the rules.
So, Ashley Williams, Teddy Sears. It's the first of the 4 Christmas and Evergreens. It's the best of
one
the
better
4.
than the next in all 4 of these.
Just believe me. I did all read.
What did you just say?
All 4, they build it better and better. I mean, it's amazing.
No.
That the Hat Factory is probably the best.
Troll, Chad.
Dan, I've never seen any. Dan, I don't even know what the Hallmark Channel is. I don't even know how I got on here. I found the link.
So we all know Christmas
man.
and Evergreen. It's I think it's definitely on the list. But
It's a fun one.
Yeah. No, Casey.
Yeah.
I would like to live in Evergreen, Colorado more than potentially anything in the world right now. But not this Evergreen.
Yeah.
This is a horrifying place with a very skinny Santa. And I would not like to live in it.
Wow. Casey, I would have thought you'd have liked this one. I mean, it's so fun with the red pickup truck and the snow globe, and it's like living in a snow
My mom loves
globe.
that
It's
red
so fun.
pickup truck.
I
Nice.
my hot take here, as much as I gave Chad a hard time, is that I think 2 is better than 1. The one with Mark Declan and Jill
With De
Wagner. I
Niro,
think-
with Robert De Niro. that
With De
one?
Niro, yes, of course, yeah. He's a much better Santa.
Yes,
gained
he
a ton of weight for the role, if I'm not mistaken. The one with Jill Wagner and Mark Declan is I like it. I think maybe a little bit better than this one, but I get this. This is your best pick, Joe. This is your best pick for sure.
Getting to watch Dan
It's
get to
fun.
experience Chad for the first time is giving me life.
Chad, I just need to know, when you have your dream foursome for golf and it's you, Merritt Patterson, and Bill Abbott, who's the 4th?
Oh, easy. It's got to be Palaha, but only in the small town Christmas character. If he breaks character, we're kicking him off.
Oh man, I got it.
Yeah.
That's a
All
bird.
right.
Oh, Mary.
That's right.
All right.
That's a long putt, Chad.
It's time for another Chad pick.
You want a drink,
Okay.
Chad, at the turn? I'll give you a drink.
That's right.
Miss Christmas.
Oh my God, Chad! Stop it!
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Stop
Okay with
it!
Casey's with me. Are you with me or are you not? Casey, you jumping out?
I'm
You're
okay.
ejecting? Okay. Miss Christmas. Here's the thing. When I watch these movies, I'm in it for the escapism. I want a world where your only job consists of working for a couple weeks a year. It's only Christmas. And if you fail, it means nothing happened. You find another tree. I absolutely love this. I think of this as, we're talking about Hadestown, Persephone, the seasonal lady. This is Miss Christmas. This is Brooke Dorsey's best work, better than the Dickens one, which I did enjoy as well. But when she gets to this town and discovers it and teaches him about Christmas, this is why we're here. You can watch this right now in spring. Dan, you're in South Carolina. I'm in North Carolina. It's very summer-like right now. Casey, you're in Florida. I know it's warm. You watch this right now. You're getting all the Christmas vibes. It's amazing. That's her job. She's literally Miss Christmas. I love this one. I mean, it's conviction, civic duty. Oh, it's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, not underrated. Everybody probably agrees on this one. But
I mean,
right now, I want to go watch it. I'll be honest with you, Danielle. I see you smiling. You're agreeing?
Oh my
I
God.
don't think it's Brooke Dorsey's favorite. Oh no, that would be Dickens for sure.
yeah.
But
Okay.
this is more. Isn't this like kind of in the iconic category? I think it's not underrated for sure. No, this is.
We
this is
were
pretty
we were
popular.
recommended this one for a couple of years before we watched it. It is not good. It is just actively not good. Brandon says that that's not Merritt Patterson. That's true. It's not.
Right, but I thought it was, Bran. Halfway through the movie, that's
Yeah.
when I realized it wasn't.
Yeah, I know, like, I remember like distinctly watching this movie and being like questioning my life choices.
Brooke is the best.
this is-
Dan, in I'll Be Home for Christmas
love
movies, if I may quote you, Dan.
I would love these. Yeah, I would love this.
Watching Miss Christmas has made me convinced that my life choices have led me to exactly where I want to be. It's movies like this that make life worth living. That's Dan. I'll be home for Christmas movies, page 37.
I'm on board. I guess so. I guess I'm on board.
I'll be right back. I'm going to find an actual copy.
I have
of
the
the
new
book.
copy, the new version.
You made him
Hey,
go
Dan,
find a book.
get it.
He's gonna go get his book.
He's going to find his own book. So Danielle and Casey, do you not like this one, or do you?
I remember really liking it. I remember watching it like the minute it came out, and I
Me
remember
too.
liking it. But I just looked it up, and it came out a lot later than I thought it did. Like in my head, it's one of the like older
An
ones,
older
but it's
one. Yeah, me
2017,
too.
which is crazy.
Yeah, so I don't remember it really, Chad. I got to
Yeah.
rewatch it. I'm going to put it back on my list. I love Brooke Dorsey.
Okay, you'll
But
like it.
nothing from Pop Dickens, but I'll give this a watch. I'll give this a watch.
Okay. Now Dan had time to rewrite the book. So
161.
if he changes the quote, he has time to rewrite this quote. So just be wary, everybody.
161, you said? Is that
Tons
what
of
it
Christmas, two very capable leads, and it's awful. Whitney's. So maybe I got the quote wrong. It's possible. Okay.
was? Ton of Christmas, two very capable leads, and it's awful. Yeah. That sounds more
But
about
like
right.
good, awful, like bad, good. Is that like, that's awful. It's awfully good.
Pretty self-explanatory there.
Is it a typo? You meant awesome? Because that is
yeah.
close if you look at
Those two words are so they're so easily mixed up. For
They're
sure.
close. Yeah, like Eric Patterson and Brooke Dorsey. Joe, wait, did you like this one or not?
I don't like this one. No.
You do.
No.
He likes it too. So okay, everybody likes it. I love it.
All right.
I'm gonna go watch it after this.
We got 6 more left. We got to quickly get through. So here,
Oh,
Daniela,
6 more.
Snow Bride.
Yeah.
Does anyone know Snow Bride? I'm hoping
Yes.
people know it because
right.
I thought this was a classic that I couldn't choose. So
Oh,
that's
there
what-
you
Same
go.
here.
There
Yeah.
you go. I mean, okay. So who's in this one? Patricia Richardson. Love
Home
her.
Improvement.
Katrina Law, who I'd love to see. I've seen her in a few Hallmark movies now. I'd love to see her in more. There's
Eric
what's
Patterson.
in this
Jordan Bridges.
one? Chad. Yeah. Yes. Mistaken identity,
No.
deception, fake dating, following your dreams instead of what's expected, family legacy, your brother stealing your ex-fiance, a villain that we actually hate who actually gets what they deserve. They break the fourth wall at the end. I loved this movie. I thought it was so entertaining. Every time it's on TV, I will watch it. I will rewatch this movie over and over again.
Danielle, is this the one where they're like the Kennedy family?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Is this the one?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And
So
she's
there's
like
a couple
gossip
quotes here.
reporter and she goes undercover, and then she kind of like
Yes.
her car gets stuck when she's like staking out the house, and then all she like went to the gym beforehand, but all she has is her friend's dress, her friend's like wedding dress. So she goes out in the snow, and I don't know. It's fun.
This is a
It's
fun
fun. I
one.
like this. Yeah.
This
What are
is
these
the
quotes? I
first-
see Chad on here. I need some Chad quotes. I'm sorry, Dan, but Joe is just blowing these off screen. I'm trying to see what the people are saying. I don't get the chats here.
I want Chad on
Oh, there
deck
we
with
go.
all of us watching.
I like that, Rena. Let's do it.
Yeah. How have you not been on deck the Hallmark yet, Chad? I blame Brand. I didn't know who you were before this, but Brand did. So I'm going to blame Brandon for that.
Yeah, he knows. We have 40 million daily listeners of our podcast. Dan. I don't know if that's a
40
lot
million,
or not, but yeah. Well, I give or take. It's a number I made up and my cousin verified.
Is that a
So
North Carolina currency? What is that in South Carolina? No.
It's Confederate money, so it's
I
worthless.
thought it might be. I thought it might be. Hey, listen.
You know how it goes. Yeah.
Snow Bride is for Deck the here in our universe. This is the first movie I ever liked on the program, Deck the Hallmark.
Wow.
It's the first one I gave a thumbs up to. Just had an out and out crush on Katrina Law's character. She's adorable. She's wonderful. She could do no wrong, and she was wrong so much in this movie, but could do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's funny. Tracy Andreen writes a great quirky script here. You've got fake relationship, all the things Danielle already said and sold it. This is an all-timer. It's an all-timer. Great pick.
Brand has
Yes.
big time beef with
Thank
Chad.
you.
Clearly.
Oh, now
That's
I
what
see
it
the
is.
chat. I can see the whole chat now. I just had to click on the thing on the right.
Chad, as bad as your picks have been, please,
Good day.
you have an invitation for me. All three of you, in fact, you guys should all come on
Excellent.
and Joe, you should all come on Deck the Hallmark and review a movie with us. We do 5 a week. Was the least we could do.
Okay. Joe, send Dan my appearance fee and see if he's still into me joining. So
I will.
Chad's got a rider I've got to meet where it's like I got to buy him like the worst of everything.
Just don't charge us any tariffs, Dan, because we're Canadian.
Right.
No,
That's true.
I love these comments. Bran has big time beef with Chad. I'd go to Big Time Beef with Bran. It sounds like a great restaurant. I'm not crazy about it. Chad for third chair. Ding, ding, ding. A win. Chad has experience in double deckers before. This is great. All right.
I gotta keep this
Joe,
moving.
it's all about the people, Joe.
5 more movies.
I love it.
Let's go through
Why
these
is
real
Joe
quick.
anti-Joe? Why are you anti-Dex the Hallmark?
Buoys.
Oh,
dear God.
okay.
All right, Casey. 9 Lives of
Okay.
Christmas.
This is one of the ones that I put up there with Snow Bride for me. Like, I just think this one is like, it's Hallmark, it's silliness. But I quite enjoy it. I, keep in mind, was a literal child when this movie came out, and when I first saw it. And I love Brandon Routh. I think he's really fun. He's really nerdy. Kimberly Sustad, and they spelled her name wrong on this poster, is just like brilliant always. And this is the first movie where she actually got to be a lead and got to be awkward and funny and smart. Gregory Harrison is really good in it. It's adorable. I don't even like cats, and I really like this film. And I love that in the sequel they were like, you know what, men with commitment issues would still break up with you, and I appreciated that.
What year did this come out?
2012.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Oh, was it that old? I didn't realize it was that old.
Between then and 2014.
Joe, are you laughing because she said she was a kid in 2012 and we already had several master's degrees at that point? Is that why?
Yeah. I definitely had one.
Yeah. But Casey was in high school? Not even, maybe.
Yeah.
I was.
I'm not surprised this one's here. Yeah, this is a good pick. I'm not surprised it's on anyone's list. Yeah.
Whenever I have Casey on, she makes me feel very old. So.
So the 5 movies we were told we had to watch before the Christmas season of 2018 started were Most Wonderful Time of the Year, 9 Lives of Christmas, Let It Snow. All 3 of those were on there. Christmas Train was on there, and then there was a 5th one that I don't remember. So yeah, this was this movie where this was the first time I watched a Hallmark movie and I went, I'm in trouble because this movie is beloved. Like the other ones, it was like, I understand. And I watched this movie and I just was like, what is happening? Like what, but people, they freaking love this movie. Oh my goodness. Do they love this movie? It is. And I didn't have the backstory of Kim Sustad not having been a lead before or anything like that. All I kept thinking in my head was Brandon Routh was Superman.
Yeah.
He was Superman like 7 years ago. What is happening right now?
Tough business. Tough industry.
I also hate cats. So it's one of those things where it wasn't for me, but it is for a lot of people, clearly.
So yeah.
Casey, what is Gregory Harrison in this?
Oh,
is he like a
Christmas
fireman?
Card. That's the
Yeah,
other
he's
one.
a
The
fireman.
Christmas Card.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the
like
movie
the
North
father
Shore?
figure.
The North Shore, the movie? Anybody? It's a Karate Kid for surfing, but Gregory Harrison's the shaper, like the sagacious shaper in it. No one?
Do you just seek out sucky movies to watch?
I do. It's I have a very cheap subscription. It's HBO No, and it's like $2 a month, Dan, and it's just horrible movies. But
so
all the police academy movies are on there. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Except for the first one.
Rocks, man. Yeah. Kimberly Sustad's character in this was like the first time it was an insecure, like the character was very insecure about herself. She wasn't, all the other ones before this Hallmark, and I mean, this is 2012, so they were all just like, oh, career driven, blah, 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 blah. This one was like, I don't think I'm ever going to succeed. She puts herself down. It was very different. And that's why I think a lot of people do like this one. Plus it has Brandon Routh. He was Superman, but he's, Brandon Routh. And it's a cat movie. We don't have very many cat movies. So, that's why I think a lot of people do like it. But all right, let's go into Dan's next pick.
I can't believe I've been missing the guest chat the whole time. So Dan, these are the double deckers, all that are very active. I love this. They're so active. This is great. This is fun.
I told them but I forgot. I said something at about 7:30 in our Facebook group that I was going to be doing this, and then I left my laptop at home, and then I was late. It was a real embarrassing moment for me. But they're here because they're wonderful people. So God bless them.
Yeah, I want to get on what I have to do. Join Facebook.
Yeah, no. You got to pay us money, actually, Chad.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
just,
I'll Venmo you. I'm going to
come
Venmo you
on.
shortly, Dan, and just let me know where to go. This looks like fun. It's a good, lively group on a Sunday. I like it.
Whose
yeah.
choice is this?
This is my
Dan's.
choice. Do you hate it?
No,
Or is that
I
a pro-
flipping love it.
Yeah,
I do
I
like
feel like
this one.
I need to listen to, but I don't even know. I was late and didn't hear the intros. I don't even know where you guys like what podcast you're on, but I got to write them down and listen because I'm just missing out. Yeah,
Dan, on
listen,
mine, there's 3 of us, and we all we review Hallmark movies, and I love Hallmark Christmas movies. Is my role.
I was talking
so.
more to Danielle and Casey, but it sounds cool what you're doing, Chad.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, I love Bethany Joy Lenz. I think she's a phenomenal actor who you should read her book, Dinner for Vampires, and see how a cult ruined her life, or she probably would be a Broadway star or Academy Award winning actor because she's that good. And that doesn't mean that being in Hallmark movies is less than, but I think Joy, had to get herself right. And part of that was taking these movies occasionally. She only does them when she gets to have some creative control. That's really big for her. This movie's fun. It's funny. It gets Victor Webster very much out of his comfort zone. Vic is a dear friend of ours, and he's like big, tough guy, martial artist. I do 100. He told me this. I do 200 push-ups or 100 push-ups, 200 squats every day. Like that's kind of baseline. And I was like, yeah, bro, me too.
Me too. We're with you.
Yeah.
He is like so out of his comfort zone, even singing in this movie. Joy Lenz is a treat. The family all having to act like they run this very nice hotel because they think that Vic is writing this article. Top-notch stuff here. Even plays with the heartstrings at the end.
Yes.
It's a good time.
Same
It's a good
grandma.
time. Yeah.
Same grandma's Picture of Perfect Christmas, and also
Polished
hi
up,
Dawn,
polished up.
hi Lena. Hi, hang on. I'm getting some shout outs in the chat. I've got to say hi to the double chatters now they're called. I love this group. This is awesome. We are fun. Rena says you are fun. This is great.
I agree with Dan. I
Chad,
think
look
this
at
is a
you.
good choice.
This is one of the best ones.
I don't think there's anybody that's going to say anything bad about it. Chad, have you seen this?
Casey.
I don't know what you're talking
Oh, wait.
No.
Casey?
I love Bethany Joy Lenz, and I really want to like this one. It's a little too cringy for me, like the way the family behaves. However, I like farces, so I think I need to try it again.
Yeah.
I like this
I
one.
get
It
that.
was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I legit laughed from this one. I like the accents they put on. It's great.
The Blue Christmas scene. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I typically don't like the movies that I wasn't allowed to play. Round and Round, Biltmore Christmas, Unexpected Christmas, Ghost of Christmas Always. Those are the 4 movies that are on my Mount Rushmore. Those are my favorite 4 that they've ever done. I usually send those out to people to watch. This is another one that I'll be like, hey, this is, if you think they're all the same, maybe watch this one. It's different.
Right. Like this or Casino, try.
Yeah. Casino.
Are we ready for my final pick? Because I think you're all going to like this one. I really do.
By default, it has to be good, Joe. I mean, okay.
All right. So this was I feel like this is a kind of underrated movie because I think this is one people forget about. The Christmas Sale.
Oh my God, Joe.
What?
I'd rather watch the Christmas Titanic. I mean, I've seen this and it was horrible.
Oh man.
I tried to drown myself after this one.
I thought for sure this was like Katie Sackhoff, Patrick. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, but Terry O'Quinn. That's the reason why this movie is
the guy
really
from
good.
Lost, right?
The relationship between Katie
He said he wished he was
Sackhoff-
stuck on the island still after watching this movie, but I'm sorry, Joe.
This is
the
the relationship between Katie Sackhoff's character and Terry O'Quinn is really, really good in this movie. It was about when I heard the synopsis of it being about Christmas on a boat, on like the boat parade and stuff. I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. I came away loving this movie. I really like it.
Joe, I didn't love this movie, but I'm kind of with you with it being underrated. I don't, the Terry O'Quinn of it all is really good. The end is so cheesy with the boat out there with the lights, but it does somehow make it Christmassy. And then Katie Sackhoff is really, really good. And so I don't think it completely worked for me, but of your picks, I don't know. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I don't remember this movie. However, I did just look up my review, and I scored it quite high. And I actually
You were high when you scored it, or you gave it a high score, Casey?
I gave it a high
Semantics,
score.
but okay.
I
Joe, the
Yeah.
chat hates you, Joe. They do not
I
like
do.
you.
They
I
do.
mean, this is not good.
It's not as bad as they're making it sound. Like it
No,
is
I
not.
like-
You know.
I liked this movie because it didn't have a conflict in it. And they were sort of trying that in this year where they like didn't have conflicts in movies. And I thought that they felt very grounded and very real. So I understand.
Okay.
Okay.
I love
See,
sailing.
we're all coming
There you
around.
go. We're coming
Joe
around.
Joe maybe, finished it on a high note,
Yeah, man.
So are we ready to go
Joe,
on
you
a
can
low
edit
note?
this, You can edit this.
Are we ready to go on a low note with Chad's
Let's do it.
final
Let's get
pick?
merry and let's get merry. Let's get very merry.
This is
Yes, everybody. Standing O, everybody. Can we stand up? Look. Okay, where do we begin with this? First, the type A woman who comes to save the family. I know she runs it, rather. Here's the thing. When you're there and all the
didn't come
things
to
she
save
has to do, I don't even know,
Right?
Dan, at this point. I just want to watch White Lotus. So I'm going to take a gummy and listen to Joe's picks on a loop and just have a great time. Granted, it's not a bad idea. With Merry and Bright, all they do is make candy canes. I love that this only would exist in the Hallmark universe. This doesn't exist in the real world. This is why I watch these things. And to go back to Greek mythology, is this not the burden of Sisyphus? Every time she takes a step forward, brings it back. Did you not like this one? It's Merry and Bright, Dan. I heard you've been described that way as Merry and Bright.
It's boring and dumb is what it
Wow.
is. It's a cardinal sin. Usually there's some decent Hallmark movies that are boring and there's some dumb Hallmark movies that are entertaining. Right. This is both. This is both boring and dumb. It is.
So would you say so boring and so dumb it gets all the way circles back to fun? Is that what you're saying, Dan? That's what
I'm not saying that even a little bit. This may be your worst pick, Chad. This is your
so
worst
are you
pick.
saying it's so bad it's circling back almost to good, Dan? Is that what I'm getting here? I'm hearing good. Chad, there's no log cabin.
Not what you're getting.
There's no Chad.
That's right. Yeah. No log cabin, but there's a cabin made of candy canes. Now, Casey and Daniela, I know, agree with me on this one. It's both Merry and Bright. It's a favorite. They're making a heart out of candy canes. Who thinks of that? How clever is that? Daniela, what do you think about this one? Do you love this?
Okay,
you love this?
Points for the poster,
yes,
but
thank you.
Minus points for Jodie Sweetin. I'm not a fan of her Hallmark movies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She prefers CCB?
I prefer CCB. I know.
No.
Casey, back me up here.
They started letting Jodie be a little quirkier in the last few years, and that suits her a lot more than trying to be more of the classic leading lady. That would be my take on her.
I like Holly said, how rude. That's right. They're being very rude, Holly.
How about in the book here, have yourself have yourself a movie, Little Christmas is Alonzo Duraldi's book. Also,
would you like me to read your quote, Dan?
It is. Yeah, go ahead. Read my quote.
Dan's quote is, before reading this, I was both sad and down, but now I'm both merry and bright. And I hope someone picks this for the top movies of all time. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I don't know what version I have. You have the new?
My new version is, this is the quintessential Hallmark movie. Terrible. That's funny.
I do like that. That's good. Fun fact about Chad's mansion. He has a Merry and Bright movie poster in every wood, totaling 300 posters overall. Bran has been to my mansion, one of them, and this is my Merry and Bright mansion, and that is right.
That's right.
Casey, can I ask you, Joe, yes, it's a log cabin, but a mansion. Casey, do you love this movie or do you just like it?
I think that the whole year's movies this year, whatever year this was, were all bad, and Merry and Bright was like fine.
I love it. Thank you, Casey. It's support. I love that's great.
He'll take it. Take it.
Yes.
It was fine. It was not anything special,
fine.
but it was not. It is not Jodie Sweetin's best movie.
No, and also if you compare it to any other year, bad. But like of the year, fine.
Was this
Right.
2018?
Sleeper hit. Yeah,
It was somewhere
2018.
around
This is 19, I think.
19.
19,
Okay.
yeah.
Because I really believe like 2018 was like the worst of the Hallmark movies.
That was the year we started, so that's cool. Cool. I would say I would probably take any movie this year over Merry and Bright. Almost. I mean, maybe at the back end of this with like Private Princess Christmas and my 5 Gold Rings. Okay, maybe not those, but I think if there are, I don't know how many, 400 Hallmark movies made in the last decade and a half, this probably sits in the bottom.
Let's do a rewatch on Deck the Hallmark, and we'll hold your eyes open, Clockwork Orange style, and I think you like it.
I love a rewatch for Marion Bright.
All right.
I may watch it later.
Daniela's last movie pick and the last one we've got to talk about.
There we go.
Here we go.
Eve's Christmas.
Eve's Christmas.
I don't know this
You
one.
ever heard this one?
Mm-hmm.
Super old. It's the oldest one on my list, I believe.
It is.
Yeah, Elisa Donovan, Sebastian Spence, Cheryl Ladd, Kevin Smith.
Roscoe Arbuckle. This is old.
This is super old. And this has got the questionable PowerPoint presentation that I mentioned. It's got awful green screen. It's got the worst CGI Christmas Eve star.
Don't take that quote off, Joe. Sorry, Danielle. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
that's fine. I don't care. All the technical aspects aside, it's got the trope that I love, the what my life would have been, but the ending is so cool because they kind of they fake you out a bit and think she's going back to like the life that she doesn't want, but in fact it's the life that she has with the man, and it all ends up being perfect, and I love it. I love this one.
I haven't seen this one in a while. I think I liked it, but again, this was very early Hallmark, and it was a Christmas movie. I kind of liked it because there wasn't a lot of them back then, and now there's a ton of them.
What year is this one?
Like
2004.
2004?
Yeah.
Oh,
Super
wow.
old.
Wow.
We
I was 4 years
reviewed
old,
this.
so I've never seen it.
I was going to say,
You were
Casey must have been like 4.
You gotta watch it. It's a good one.
Can we look at the chat for a second? Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Erin. And thank you, Laura. That's all I have to say. Those are my 3 favorites of the night right now. Are we judging chat people as well? Because these double deckers are rad, Dan. Sign me up.
I wanted
They're
one.
pretty great. I thought they were pretty great until all this love for Chad. That's kind of weird.
Believe me, this is the only time he gets love. On his own podcast, nobody loves him.
That's right. Not even my own cousin. I love the
I had to look it up. We reviewed this movie on Deck the Hallmark in 2021, and I have pretty much forgotten it. I don't have any strong opinions on it. I honestly don't remember it. But we did review it. I have seen it, but I don't remember it.
We'll do a rewatch. We'll do a rewatch.
Yeah,
of this.
well, I feel like I'm getting roped into a lot of rewatches of bad movies here. I don't know how that happened.
All right, so now that
Joe, just read the chat. That's what everybody's here for. Come on, this chat is fantastic.
Chad found 4 people that like him, and he will not let it go.
No, I will take it. That's 4 more than at the beginning of this show, Dan. Okay, so
Dan, if
I'm
you
living
ever-
alone in my mansion right
I would
now.
encourage
Chad,
you to listen.
I like you, Chad. I want to be very
Thank
clear.
you.
Listen to the Christmas Cousin podcast. He gets no love. So
Thank you. I edited
I
it,
feel
so
like
it
that.
sounds like I
I
did.
feel like he appreciates that just as much, though.
That's right. Exactly.
All right. So I threw in every movie here in the tier. We're going to say, yes, it was Marion Bright, Mary Maybe. No is Jingle Hell. And if you like this movie, you get to choose one movie. You have to say crown it. And I have to automatically fit it on my list somewhere. And if you notice, I added a few movies at the very bottom that I want Dan to tell me has to choose one yes out of all of those.
Joe,
Just for fun.
Joe, what are you doing? What are you doing to me?
All right. Christmas with
And it
Holly.
can't be one of ours, right, Joe?
Yes, you cannot.
It can't choose our own.
You cannot crown your own.
Rena, I did remember.
You can't
Thank you,
crown
Rena. I'm
your
sorry.
own
I'm
movie.
involved with the chat,
Yeah,
guys.
you cannot crown your own movie. So,
Joe, are we still
Okay.
live? Are we still
yes,
recording?
we are still
Okay.
live.
Tell me what to do.
All right. Christmas with Holly.
Oh, is this we
Casey,
crown it?
We'll
or
just,
something?
we'll just
Is
go
there an
just go through one by
order?
one. Casey, yes or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's
Daniela?
on her list.
Well, no, yeah, but you
No,
can
she
say
can't
yes. You just can't put it into the top tier. That's all.
But do they get to vote on their own movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say
Okay,
yes.
do we have to actually put it? So what's yes? Does it actually?
Whitney,
Marion
I
Maybe.
did not forget Whitney either. I was just reading names quickly. They're going
All right.
quickly. in the
Let me
chat.
read this
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Say the-
Jingle Hell,
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
Marion Maybe,
Yes
Crown,
is-
you can do one.
You're
We're
all
gonna say
fantastic.
yes.
And Mark, I haven't forgotten you either. Sorry.
Right.
Okay.
Getting
We're gonna
late.
say yes or no. Yes is Marion Maybe. No is Jingle Hell. It's trying to be creative. I
Okay,
guess
okay.
that backfired. If you like this movie and you want to crown it, you say crown it, and it automatically goes to the Crown Classics. But you can't crown your own. But you can say yes or no to any movie. Okay.
Mary,
So-
I say
Got it.
Mary and maybe for that one.
All right. Well, when we get one at a time. So
Right.
we are on. Christmas
So
with
that's
Holly.
a yes.
Yes for me. Yes for Casey. Yes, Daniela.
Yes.
Okay, so it automatically goes because it's majority rules. But
Yeah,
Chad, you
got
said
it.
yes. Oh, you didn't
Sure.
see this one yet. So all right. Delivered by
I'm
Christmas.
just reading the chat. Okay.
I say yes.
Oh, is this about the
Casey.
DoorDasher
Nope.
delivered by
Casey's-
Christmas?
No.
Casey says no.
No, but I'm sorry about it.
But you couldn't even drink
I'm
when
gonna
this movie came
say,
out. I don't know if you're going to count.
Just don't like
Da-
Ian. He scares me.
Daniela.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
No. Okay. Chad.
No.
Crown it. Oh, I can't.
Oh,
I can't crown
you
my
can't.
own, right? All right, so it's no.
It's
You
a
guys
no.
are wrong for that. Just think of the movie.
All right.
Put up there.
The
Totally
Christmas
making up the
ornament.
rules.
Who's gonna crown it? Who's gonna crown it? Christmas ornament. I say yes.
That's a no
No.
for me, dog.
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
Not on your
That's
life.
a no.
This is a terrible movie.
Small town Christmas.
Yes, come on, let's do it. That's Casey, your
No.
thumb
I say yes.
goes the other way.
I,
Thumb goes the other way.
I say no.
And yes. I'm saying
Thank
yes.
you. Yes, Daniela. I owe you one. Can we do like Survivor? Can we make groups where we back each other up no matter what?
They're called alliances, I think. I've not seen the show in
Alliances.
20
I haven't seen
years
it.
yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Good call.
Richard
The
Hatch,
Christmas
I think, was
secret.
Chad's obsessed with us. I am.
I say yes.
Yes.
God, no. No.
Yes.
Which one? What are we doing, Joe?
Christmas
What
secret.
movie?
Christmas secret.
Is that a Hallmark movie?
Yes.
I don't want to be the tiebreaker.
Never
Oh,
heard of it.
No.
Ooh.
No. No.
Ah.
Yes.
That's so bad.
Great.
All right. Most wonderful time of the year. I'm going to crown it.
Yeah, that's a good one. And you just
all
met
right.
the Fonz earlier. Joe, is
Yeah.
it the first show on YouTube history where the chat's more interesting than the show itself? Is this
Probably.
you should, okay.
I can't pay attention to it. So you guys, I'm trying to do two things at once here. So crashing through the snow. I'll say yes.
Yes.
Casey?
That's
Yes.
That's a yes for sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's a
absolutely.
great one. Especially that it came out in July and was so good. That gives double points. That was a really fun
That's
one.
right.
All right. My family Christmas tree.
No. No.
No.
God,
No.
no.
No. Mark is saying no. Everyone's saying no.
Yeah.
All right.
Even Joe's
No.
saying no.
I said yes, but that's and then this is which one is this? This is so small. I can't-
Picture a perfect Christmas.
Picture of Perfect Christmas.
Oh,
I say
come on.
no.
This is one of
No.
the 8 Merritt Patterson movies Chad chose in his 5 choices.
The rules of the chat are clearer, Brandon said. Yeah, that's right. So wait, where did
Take me back for.
let's go with this one in?
Oh, he's
Chet-
frozen. He's frozen.
Yeah.
Cool. As long as I
Take me
freeze
back-
in a good position.
Yeah.
Take me back for Christmas. Yes.
Yes.
It's a no
I
for
don't
me.
know that I've seen it, so I don't think I can vote.
It's a no
Okay.
for me.
Chad.
Chad's looking at the chat and his adoring
What's that
fans.
now? Yeah. yeah. Whatever. Whichever you say, Joe. I support you wholeheartedly.
All right, Roberts, we got up there. All right, Mrs.
Oh,
Miracle.
Bramble Fest 25. When is Bramble Fest 25? I'm just a state away. I'm in North Carolina. I
Hey,
may have to go.
Chad, you can
Yeah.
come on down, buddy. It's in July. It's
Oh.
July 18th and 19th. And yeah, that
July
Greenville,
18th.
South Carolina.
Joe, pick me
That's
up.
right.
Let's go. I
I'm
like it.
there. Road trip.
Road trip. All right. Bring
all
that
right,
giant
Miss-
sub you got earlier. You sent me a picture of.
Mrs. Miracle.
He did send
I
me a
say
picture of
yes.
a giant sub. It was,
I did. Yes. All right, Daniela.
I say yes.
Okay, Chad.
yes.
All right, remember you guys can crown movies.
Not this one.
All right, Dickens of the
Crown it.
Holiday.
Crown it.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Can we crown more than one, Joe, or can we just crown
No,
one?
just one. Just one.
Okay. All right. I'm
All
ready.
right, who's ready to crown Noel next door for me? Yes.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
July 17th, Whitney says. All right. July 17th. Okay.
The Christmas.
17th is the kickoff, is the VIP kickoff, which I guess she's inviting you to.
Oh, okay. I'm there. Okay. I'm coming. Go. On 95 South, I'll stop off at the Buc-ee's in Florence. I love that Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
I'll bring snacks for everybody. My double-decker but friends.
The Christmas
Bucky
cottage.
Crown. Come on, Casey. I thought you had my back.
No.
No.
Yellow, crown it, crown it, crown it. Yes. Oh, Holly gave it a crown. That counts. Put it up there, Joe. You're such an
Let it-
elitist, Joe. You don't recognize the chat.
Let it snow. I'll say yes only because of the history of it, but it's
I'm in the same boat. I don't really like it, but I think it is a yes for this list.
Yeah.
Brand is crowning Noel Next Door. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, Brandon loves that movie. I've already said it's just
all right. Hitch for the holiday. I'll say yes.
Chad is the
No for me.
Chad had friends before.
Daniela,
Oh,
Chad,
it's funny.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
Dan. You said yes, right?
I said no for this.
Oh, you said no?
Yeah.
All right, that's a no.
Man, that's tough.
All right,
Thought I
Santa
would be
Summit. I say yes.
Someone should crown it, no? I can't because I already crowned something, but someone should crown this. I hope.
Yeah, it's a yes for me.
All right.
No?
If I crown this one, if someone crowns Snow Bride, I'll crown this one.
that's not how it works, Casey.
Yeah, crown Snow Bride.
I feel good about that. I can
okay.
100% crown Snow Bride for
That's
you.
what I
Yeah, that's
thought.
not a
Okay,
problem.
great. We're gonna crown Santa Summit then.
I'm saving mine, Casey. You'll like my crown. It's coming up.
Christmas in Evergreen.
God.
Yes,
Yes.
crown
I
it.
say yes.
Crown it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Who picked that one? Wasn't that you, Casey?
No, that was
No.
me.
Who
Oh,
crowned
Joe,
that
excellent
movie?
choice.
Come on, who crowned that movie?
I crowned it.
Chad.
Evergreen.
Yeah,
I want to
you
live in
did.
a snow globe. Oh yeah.
I'm talking
All right.
Greenville, South Carolina snow globe. I'm coming.
Miss Christmas. No.
No.
Oh, crown. It already has its own crown. It doesn't need your crowns, people.
Snow Bride.
Crown it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Wow.
Great one.
Thank
Nine
you,
Lives
Dan.
of Christmas.
I got you.
Yeah.
It's a no for me. I assume I'm going to be in the vocal minority here. It's a no for
I'm
me.
gonna say yes.
Yeah.
It's got a huge following.
It's got a huge following. It probably deserves to be on the list. I'm probably wrong there.
5-star
Yeah.
Christmas. I say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that one should be crowned.
That's a good one. That's a yes for sure.
Christmas
We're out
sale.
of crowns.
I say yes.
I'm
I say
gonna.
it's okay.
I'm gonna
I'm
hear
saying
what
no.
everybody else does.
That's a
I
no.
gave it a 9 out of 10, but I don't remember it at all. So
That's a no. That's a no.
That's the recency bias Dan
What are
talked
you
about
doing?
earlier.
What are you
did it right
doing,
after.
Casey? What are you? Did you say no, Casey?
I don't know because I gave it a 9 out of 10, but I've literally never had a desire to rewatch it, nor do I remember anything about it.
I'm trying
I
to
like
make you
Brand's
not
idea,
the
crowning
tiebreaker
Happy
here, though.
Holiday.
You know.
I know.
Okay.
Chad, what are you doing?
What do we do? I'm done. I tapped
and
out. I'm
Chad
watching White
goes,
Lotus.
no.
It's fantastic. It's really good.
You have White Lotus skewed beside you, don't you,
Oh,
Chad?
Yeah, exactly. I've been watching the whole time. What is this? We're doing Lifetime movies or something? What is it?
We're on
Casey,
Christmas sale.
what was your vote? What'd you
I'll
vote?
say no.
Casey? Okay.
but I
What
feel
movie?
bad.
Oh, Christmas Sales or no?
Well, it's a no because you got 3 no's already, so I don't even have to vote. That was tough.
Marion Bright.
I love Christmas.
I say
No,
no.
no, God, no.
Oh my gosh! It's a candy cane that's shaped like a heart.
Eve's Christmas.
Curmudgeons.
I'll say yes because
The fact that I don't remember this movie means it's a no for me, and I'm sorry, but I just don't remember it.
Dan, I don't remember it from this episode. That's how bad that movie is. So.
All right.
Well, I'm
So
gonna say
before,
yes,
so Dan, this is fun for you. I have 5
Yeah.
movies here. You have to say yes to one of these. It doesn't mean it's going to be on the list, but I just want to get your thoughts on what you think is the best. So we have a Godwin Christmas. This is the last one where the truck fell on the guy.
That
we got
movie's hysterical.
hats off for Christmas, where she runs a
Oh my
Christmas
God.
Santa store hat. We got the Mariah Carey famous Christmas melody
No,
directed
where
movie.
she doesn't
Oh, wow.
sing. Yeah, that's right.
And we have Christmas bedtime stories where the guy's alive. And we've got Happy Holidays. Out of those 5,
Oh, wow.
I
which
will
one?
do you, I'll do you one better.
That
I will rank these movies from 5 to 1 for you, and all of these deserve to never be watched by any human again. Number 5 on this list is Happy Holidays. I got to be honest, there are a lot of working actors out there, and then there is Ezra. Listen, I'm sure he's a really nice guy, and he looks better than I'll ever look in my life, but I swear this is not personal. It hurts me knowing that actors could have acted in that movie, and this poor buddy, he was not doing that. It's a brutal watch. It's maybe the worst Hallmark Christmas movie I've ever seen, and I ripped it to shreds on the episode, and then my two compadres both were kind and like because they were sympathetic because of how bad it was, and I looked like a real a-hole, but it's okay because it's that bad. The next worst movie that list is a movie I like to call God Week Christmas, I'll See You in Hell. It's that movie right there where the truck falls on that guy's face. And it is, I was on a plane watching this movie because we had to watch a movie. We were traveling to New York, and Brandon or Panda was sitting next to me, and I literally put my hands over my head like this. I couldn't believe it. The Godwink movies are all terrible. That one's especially bad. Another all-time classic. Dan,
there is a note that's saying, urging you to remember, Christmas Melody was written by a double-decker.
Oh,
so
well,
it doesn't.
Right? It's going to be. I didn't remember that, but I know that now, and it didn't really change much for me. Christmas Bedtime Stories is the next worst movie on this list.
Six Steps of Hallmark movies.
We all love The Troops, guys. We all love none of us don't love The Troops. That'd be a weird stance to take. This movie makes it dicey. This movie is embarrassing. The twist in this movie is embarrassing. And it's tough because the actors are actually good in this movie. We interviewed Steve Lund and I asked him about this. He was even confused when he read the script to this movie, and he was in the movie. Hats Off to Christmas. Gonna be a real good time. That's a song we sang on the podcast. This movie, it's a hat factory, guys. I don't know what you know. Christmas Melody, much to my chagrin, Mariah Carey in the movie directed it in quotes, which is just not true. Doesn't sing All I Want for Christmas Is You, which you would think would be the reason she's on the screen. But Brennan Elliott and Lacey Chabert are in the movie, and that probably makes it better than the rest of them. So there you have it, and I can't believe Joe made me do that.
So that was fun. So, all right. So the 5 movies that I definitely have to consider or have to include is Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Dickens of a Holiday, Santa Summit, Christmas in Evergreen, and Snow Bright.
Nice.
The Merry and Maybe will be put on the consideration list in the top 100. Nice. And right now, these ones in Jingle Hell, they could still be. It depends on if someone recommends it. But right now, I can't consider it, unfortunately.
Wow.
I mean, Christmas
None
ornament.
of mine. Yeah, they're all in Jingle Hell.
Yeah, all 5 of them. Get out of town.
That's consistency.
Almost like you're bad at this, Chad.
Right? I know.
Well,
what is this podcast again? Okay.
This went very long, but this was also very fun.
So long.
It was fun.
Casey, where can we find you?
You can find me at the Heart of Reviews, mostly on Instagram, where I have written reviews, a lot of which make me seem like Dan, because I'm kind of bitter sometimes. And I also do YouTube reviews, usually of the ones that I hate.
Awesome.
Casey, I love your reviews. I have to say, every movie, I'm like, what is Casey going to say? You're very eloquent. They're really well written. I do really like your reviews. So.
I'm checking. I got to check them out. I'm writing them down right now.
They're fantastic.
Daniela?
Hit or miss Hallmark movie reviews on YouTube. Only on YouTube.
Love it.
Awesome. And Chad?
Christmas Cousins podcast, where I, the holiday devotee, take my cousin, the now Jolly Jr., on a journey to learn the magic of the holidays, the seasons, and especially Christmas. It's heartwarming, it's loving, it's edgy, and it's fun. Check us out, Christmas Cousins Pod, everywhere bad podcasts are found. 40 million plus viewers.
And Dan, out of all the things that you do, what do you want to promote?
Yeah, you can find me on a little podcast called Deck the Hallmark. We have a lot of fun. It's a daily show at Deck the Hallmark on Instagram. You can find me on DCOM Descendants. You can find me on a show called Who, What, When, where I host an hour of history, games, and trivia for South Carolina Public Radio. And I'm starting a new podcast that launches a week from tomorrow on April 14th. It's called Breakfast in Hell, a deconstruction podcast, where I interview one person about their journey out of some religion that they grew up with and maybe their return to it. Who knows? It's really uplifting. It's encouraging, and it's something I'm passionate about. You should check that out. That's brand new. Breakfast in Hell, a deconstruction podcast.
April 14th. That sounds great. I'll check that out.
Yep.
What happened to Yo Gavel Gavel? Is that done?
Oh, we still do Yo Gavel Gavel. That's true. I'm on Yo Gavel Gavel as well. I'm on the Philo Deep Dive. I did miss a few. I do it for a living. It is my full-time job. I'm very lucky to get to. But Yo Gavel Gavel is a wonderful time. If you like TV courtroom shows but don't have time to watch them, Bran and I have got you covered.
Casey's IG. People are asking Casey for your IG. It's at the Heart of Reviews,
yeah.
Correct?
At the Heart of Reviews. Thank you, Chad.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Cool.
It's a great one.
And
check it out.
I just want to promote a couple things that I have. If you haven't caught how Steve Urkel celebrated Christmas,
It's a must watch.
It is a must watch. It is
What a
up
great
there
episode
now.
of television.
I found the Christmas Every Day filming locations. So if you were eager to know from that cable movie from 1996 where they filmed the movie, I actually went and found all the locations. And last week we talked and watched the movie live and made fun of it. So that was a lot of fun. Next Sunday, I am having the Pepper Tree Villa people on, and we are going to
Those guys are great.
talk with them and maybe make a drink and maybe eat something and talk about their love of Christmas. And coming up, The Year in Christmas 1982, which I am currently working on, that will be out very shortly. So I always got videos going on, but I also love to do these live broadcasts. I thank everybody who joined. I thank everybody who's chatting. And Chad, you got your love tonight. I hope that
Thank you to the chat. Finally, I'm going to go outside where my wife and kids are going to ignore me. So it was great that the chat gave me a little love. So thank you.
So thank you everybody for watching. It's been a long
Thanks,
night. We'll eventually get this Hallmark 100 going. Thank you for all your thoughts. And remember, stay off the night list.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, guys. It's awesome.
Guys.
Just stay on